Thank you so much for that raid, Wookie. Really appreciate you. Great way to start off the stream. Let's go. Welcome in. We are doing our first official episode of Curse of Strahd. They had just completed the dreaded Death House in the last few sessions. Who wants to kind of recap on what we did last time? Don't everybody jump at one time.
We went through the death house area. Nemus got killed by a broom. Then I think that was actually session before last, but we made it all the way to the death house. We sacrificed a rat, much to Ariadne's chagrin. And then we ran from the death house. And we ended up in Barovia. We just finished death house and like fought different monsters and stuff, right?
Right.
And ended up in Barovia after the death house. And we leveled up to level 2, level 3, right?
It was a little harrowing, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, music.
Right.
I'm trying to hear the music.
I don't know what happened to my alerts. They're not. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. My alert. Hold on, guys. I gotta fix some stuff. That was not supposed to be over there.
While you're fixing stuff, I'll just mention a few key points from Death House that were interesting. The last session was a bit of a handful. There was some possession involved. I believe Ariadne and Severin were the possessed ones in our party.
It was actually Corwin, not
Corwin,
me.
that's right. Mm-hmm. So our fairy got possessed and our cleric. Ideal, of course. And it didn't end badly. We ended up putting them to rest. And then we found out that we barely evaded danger once we got into the very core of the death house, like the very bottom basement. The cellar is always the scariest place in any house, and we dove right in there. And
how'd you guys get out of death house?
Through the front door.
Through the front door. That's technically true. But the fog didn't dissipate, really, until we satisfied the house.
Like a poor rat.
Just had to let that simmer for a second. We had to make a sacrifice. There were
we satisfied the house.
Much to Ariadne's displeasure.
Yeah, Ariadne did not appreciate it.
But Corwin ended up making an animal sacrifice to the specters of the cult.
Yep.
Perhaps
hopefully that means good stuff, though. Well, hopefully.
I'm sure good things happen. I'm sure good things happen to all of those who sacrifice living things to cults. I think.
If nothing else, Corwin got a very valuable lesson in confidence by being possessed by a bossy little 10-year-old.
That's true.
Yes.
It's not going to soon forget that one.
Rothvin learned 0 lessons in that house.
Yeah, honestly, Rothvin just pressed W, and I respect it.
So since we are doing this, this is our first stream on Twitch with it. Why don't we start off with Angela? Why don't you give everybody a little bit of rundown? We're gonna go Rothvin, Sophia, Scar, Severin, and then move over to the.
So, I'm Angelo. I'm playing Rothvin Stormvane, a elven paladin of elven paladin, and right now he is an ancients paladin. He just swore his oath to the ancients, and he is a very straightforward, very direct, very A plus B equals C kind of paladin, where if he sees something, that's kind of what he's going to do. Just gonna go for it. Unless somebody stops him, he's gonna go for it always. Whatever it is, it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to go fight. He's just going to go forward.
That seems accurate.
Oh man,
Hey,
that
strange
is
miniatures.
accurate.
All right, Michelle.
I'm Michelle. I'm playing Sophia Moray. I am a fighter with a certain particular subclass that is to be shown off at a later time. Kind of ended up in a whole new world that's away from the seas that I'm used to. So now I just got to make it through this adventure of ours and get back to a setting that I'm a little more familiar with.
Mm. All right. Hello, my name is Charles, and I am playing a human druid named Scar's Talon. He is a former barbarian turned druid, and he is on a journey of self-discovery and also ambition in this grand adventure. He's not overly upset to be here, but he's always going to seek the greatest advantage no matter where he's at. Severin.
I'm playing Severin Lascaris, who is a Magi private investigator from Baldur's Gate. I'll be your sorcerer for the evening.
Corwin.
Hi everyone. I'm Chris Fitz. I play Corwin Beck, the bard of the party. Very solemn and grim bard, not the one that you might see in the occasional party adventurers where they're happy-go-lucky. This one is attracted to sorrow, melancholy, and death. But don't worry, there'll be there'll be growth, I'm sure. But yes, fairy bard, Corwin Beck.
He means he's going to cast the enlarge spell because he's a small creature.
I don't know why the
Tiffany?
music stopped. Yep, it's you. Go.
I am Ariadne Soulmender. I am a peace domain cleric. I am not afraid of fighting, but I much prefer to heal and repair things rather than to break them. I got mollywopped by a broom 2 sessions ago, so my pride is a little hurt. But if you ask Ariadne about it, she let that broom almost kill her within an inch of her life so that she could really know the true strength of the house and let her allies come in and save the day to bolster their confidence. And she desperately wants a bath and some biscuits. She has a pretty thick southern accent, and she is a human from Luskin.
Awesome. And I'm Dee. I'm the dungeon master. These are my friends that I met on Threads that joined the same Discord, and now we are here in Barovia, and I'm trying to terrify them. So, last time we met, I believe you guys had just left the death house. There was a slight breeze in the air blowing all of the mist out and away from you. You did see, and if you look on the map, I think you guys knew where the death house was, but from like in the distance, from out in the distance, they saw a black carriage with 2 black horses. And did you guys get the letter? It's been 2 weeks.
We went.
You kept us on a cliffhanger. We did not get
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay.
I started walking towards the letter, and that's when we ended.
Okay, perfect. So from the carriage, you saw a very feminine hand with red nails kind of outside of the window, and they go back into the carriage for just a moment, and they come out, and there's a letter in their hands, and they just kind of throw it up into the air, and the light breeze brings it closer to all of you. It probably lands maybe 10 feet in front of you.
Rothvin walks over and he picks up the letter and he just holds it up and he's like, "Hey, lady, you dropped something."
The carriage without a driver, just you hear a small, like a feminine, sultry laugh from the carriage, kind of carries with the breeze, and the carriage drives away.
Well, I guess we got a new letter, guys.
Scars would walk up to Rothvin and yoink that letter.
Rothvin doesn't want it, so he lets it go.
And then he just goes, "Thank you." And he turns around and he would open it and see if he could read it.
Do you read common? Just kidding. Yeah.
No.
You open the letter. There's a red wax seal on the front of it. You carefully just slit that open. You unfurl it. And the letter says, "My friends, know that it is I who have brought you to this land, my home, and know that I alone can release you from it. I bid you dine at my castle so that we can meet in civilized surroundings. Your passage here will be a safe one. I await your arrival. Your host, Lady Strahd Vanzarovich."
Do we know that that's who was the?
You don't know anything
That's the
about Lady
letter.
Strahd.
Well, no, she wrote the letter to those people that was like, "You're worshiping a false god, and I don't accept you."
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
We have a and then I believe others might remember the statue.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I was
Yeah.
asking. Do we know that statue? So
Mm.
Ariadne's gonna just be like, "Well, she's pretty hot, but she was not very nice to those people, and I don't really think she cared much for them children. So I don't know if we should go eat with her. I don't, and also, I don't really trust invitations from carriages that don't have people in them. So I don't really want to go have dinner with her. But do you think she'd give us a bath and some biscuits? Cause I need a
Well,
bath."
Biscuits are like dinner, right?
Yeah. Yeah, biscuits. You can have biscuits for dinner, but do you think she eats biscuits? And Ariadne's gonna like look around the town and go, "These parts don't look like they know how to make biscuits, if you know what I mean."
Well, there's only one way to find out for sure.
I'm kind of
Is there
hungry.
is there an inn nearby that we can go to like try to buy a bath and some food?
Yeah, so you guys would notice you are coming out of Death House. It is the early morning time. The sun, which is kind of more like, think like an LED light versus actual sunlight. It's coming up over the horizon. You see lights coming on in the individual houses. There's nobody wandering around the streets right now, but you are in a town and you could discern that there's probably an inn.
Is there any people kind of walking around?
Not right now.
All we
Yeah.
know
Is it like-
so far of Lady Vonzarovich is the Vistani definitely wanted our help in regards to her. Apparently she's cursed in some form or other. The cult that was operating out of this house, she had absolute distaste for, even though they were worshipping her. That's about it. I would say, though, that if we are going to take the invitation of nobility, we may want to... And she's going to look really pointedly at Rothvin, who's probably covered from head to toe in blood and pock marks from having fallen into
Most
a
of it
spike
his
pit.
own. Yeah.
Oh,
I do think we may want to clean up a little bit before we even consider this invitation.
yes. And I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know most of you.
Well, we've been together for a little bit, Scars. Well, you know me. I'm the one who dressed your wounds, and I feel like we know everybody. We just went through a pretty traumatic event. Don't you feel a little bit bonded?
No.
Oh,
I
well,
don't see any ropes.
Rothvin, sometimes the ropes are the friendships we made along the way.
Let's
our
see if we can.
friendships, our
Let's see if we
bond
can.
between us.
Let's just see if we can find a place to get cleaned up, rest, and we can determine what our relationship with each other is afterward.
JC, thank
All
you
right.
so much for those $40 donation to St. Jude's. Appreciate you so much. Woo!
Yeah, thanks, sir. Wonderful. D, what time did you say it was? Did you say that we noticed
It's
what
like
time it was?
early morning. Like the sun is
So is
just
it-
like cresting the horizon.
So it's not weird that there's no people out to us.
No,
They're-
no, it's not weird.
Okay, all right.
We are the. Oh no, he rolled.
Rothvin is just gonna start walking down the road. So
I
God. Rothvin, wait a minute! Wait!
I
Stop!
said find a place. We gotta go find one.
No, but I know, but let's not just walk off in random directions in a town we're new in. We can take a look, survey our area, and maybe there'll be a sign that says inn, biscuits, bath, something. And then we could roll, maybe can we roll a perception check or something to see if we see a sign that lets us know where the inn is?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so on Adapt's map, you see that Death House is right where you guys are standing outside of. You'd be able to tell that you're not on the main road. The main road seems to be south of you.
See, the dice don't lie.
1 second, this dog is
Okay.
ringing its bell, so it's got to go
Do I
outside.
need to add my token?
Yeah, I only added it because I thought
Oh,
it might be
there
easier.
You don't necessarily need it on this map.
Okay.
I just
All
think
right,
it's neat.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so Rothvin started walking southwards until he was stopped.
Okay. Well.
I am still house sitting right now, so I still have to take care of these doggies.
Oh, that's totally reasonable.
Go ahead
I
and
rolled
let the
a
dog go out.
20.
I think we can plot
Yeah.
amongst ourselves.
Yeah. So we know it's headed south. I did roll a 21 perception, so I don't know if we know exactly where the inn is, or if we just know the direction ahead.
Go ahead.
I do think that we do have an important question to ask before we get too far away from the death house.
Mm-hmm.
Are we burning it down?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
No,
Well,
we
the
cannot
only-
do that.
down. Yeah.
My
we
only
can-
apprehensions about doing that is that it does appear to be somewhat close to the adjacent buildings.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have no compunctions against that.
Yeah.
Why? It's
I
empty
agree.
now. We can just go hang out there if we need to.
Yeah, but well, I don't.
I question
don't
your
know that
taste in
it's-
hangouts, Rothvin.
And we
That's
don't know
probably not
that
the
it's
best place to go.
empty.
You
Why
don't.
do
You're
you
not
think
supposed to
it's-
eat the house.
I'll pitch in and say, because I'm still relatively close to the house, and I'll just say, this is a monolith to what took place, and I believe that as a monolith, it should represent itself as its own story. There are things, echoes, and memories that come to life, and this one, while hunting, it still whispers the past, and destroying it would take away from its representation in history. I beg you, do not burn this house down.
We may
Okay.
still want to at least barricade it off.
Scars
can-
shakes his head. It must be left as if we were never there. We do not wish to disturb that which sleeps below.
I'm going to very pointedly, try not to jingle from all the stuff in it that I stuffed in my pockets, because there's definitely signs that we were there. I do not know how the low-strength sorcerer ended up the one carrying so much stuff. It probably was the investigation roll.
You could just
We'll figure that out later.
You could just hand stuff to Roth and you'll carry it.
To be fair, I think there was a point where I just started stuffing the extra torches into your bag while your
yeah.
back was turned.
I think there was
Which is fine.
3.
So, we are searching for an indie.
You are searching
Yeah.
for
I
an
rolled a
inn.
21. And I rolled a 21 on perception.
Oh.
Do any of you guys have the stream up right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Does it look okay? Because it's saying I have unstable.
I see. It
Looks
looks
fine.
fine on my end.
Okay,
fine to
I
me.
just
Yeah,
wanted.
try it.
Sorry, I
That's
just want to
fine
make
on
sure
mine.
because it's
Anytime I get
saying it's
dropped from
unstable.
the
So,
video thing, it drops my audio too. So like, if I come back and I don't know what's going on, I apologize.
no, you're all good. You're all good. What were you rolling for perception for?
To see which way to go. Like if there's
Oh,
any...
south is gonna be like there's, like the houses around you, are like they're turning on their oil lamps like really low, but you can tell that south of you there are larger like street lamps that are starting to come on.
Mm. Good old civilization.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say we all just marching down that street.
So Rothvin's gonna be like, so what'd you stop me for? And just like keeps walking in the direction he started walking.
Rothvin,
Oh,
you
no,
continue
that's bad.
leading all of the adventurers behind you. You do reach the main street, and you can tell it's the main street. It's got the most worn path. There's carriage wheels, like carriage ruts in there. It's still pretty. The light is pretty dim still here, but if you continue to move east, there are several. I'm sorry, west. There are several homes or buildings that their lights are just slightly lighter. If you continue up, you find a building that's lights are quite a bit higher than everybody else's.
Like a moth to a flame, Rothvin will
Yeah.
continue to march in that direction.
Yeah, Scars is like right behind him. He's kind of sleepy.
You do, as you approach, you do hear, it's early, but you do hear some sounds of laughter and the clinking of mugs. You see a single shaft of light that thrusts illumination into the main square, its brightness looking like a solid pillar in the heavy fog. Above the gaping doorway, a sign hangs precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood of the Vine Tavern.
I will, since Rothvin is in the lead, just try to prestidigitation as much blood off of him as I can before he just barges in. So we maybe don't look like a murder scene.
Oh gosh.
I probably fail.
I mean, does Rothvin allow you?
At one square foot at a time while we're walking, it's probably done. He's not going to really notice.
Yeah. You guys, Rothvin, I'm sure you were the first one anywhere. So you approach the door. The tavern door creaks open into a dim, smoky room. The fire sputters in the hearth, doing little to chase the chill away. The air smells of sour wine and old wood. You see 3 Vistani women sit at a corner table. One watches you silently, her eyes sharp and unreadable. Another smirks, swirling her drink as her silver earrings catch the light. The third barely glances your way, arms crossed and unimpressed. Behind the bar, a pale man silently wipes a clean glass like it's the only thing holding him together. He doesn't speak. He doesn't need to. At a nearby table, a tired-looking man in a weathered cloak watches, carefully, eyes shadowed with recent grief.
You guys got any food?
Hello, sir. How are you today?
The man behind the counter, he looks up and he is cleaning glasses. And he looks at, you want some food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you like?
Well, do
You
you
got
have a
biscuits?
menu? Yeah, do you have biscuits? Do you have a menu we could look at?
We don't have biscuits, but you could. Miss Morgan's probably the one that you want for biscuits, I think. But as you guys have this discussion, one of the Vistani women, she stands up. Hello there, friends. Is there something I can help you with? This is my tavern, my inn. And she points behind, she gestures behind her. These are my sisters. This is our inn. You are not from around here, are you?
Before answering, just a quick question for you, Dee. Would I have at least picked up any, like, basic Barovian greetings or anything during our travel with the Vistani to get here?
You probably wouldn't have. Not, you traveled like 3 days with them or 2 days with them? There was a lot of drinking. You would know that they like to drink and they like to sing. They like to dance.
Well, when she approaches, we'll let her know. We are most certainly not from these parts. We traveled here from Daggerford with a Vistani supply
Where?
caravan, but we
Daggerford?
were separated. Yes.
That is far.
It very much is. But we came here escorting a supply caravan at the request of the Vistani.
Who? What Vistani? I am Vistani. I know everyone.
Who wrote down names?
Oh,
I did.
No, what was the
Rothvin
name of the
didn't know it's
girl
not
I-
right.
The
What's
What
the
was
sun
name
the
of
was
name
her?
of the
That was right.
The son was Radka, but
Damia.
the father-
Damia was the
Damia,
woman
yeah,
you tried to spend the night
Yeah.
with. Hey, silencio, por favor, no más.
So I'll be like, well, Damia was the name of one of them. She was really nice. Very attractive.
We were also told that our contact when we eventually reached Barovia was a Madame Eva?
Madam Eva, yes. She is one of our elders. Her caravan should be reaching their encampment in a couple days. Probably tonight, tomorrow. It's west of here.
I don't suppose you know anywhere we might be able to get a map.
Oh. Yes, of course. You're going to want to go to the mercantile. Bildrach Mercantile. I hope you have the coin for him.
I'm sure that we can work something out.
Just like
They're not
one
open
coin.
yet. It's a good thing you're very handsome, because I can tell you are not very smart. No, it will cost you more than one coin. Absolutely.
Perhaps before we do that, are there any rooms available to rent?
We have some rooms available. We have, and I'm gonna pull it up on. This is not part of the actual, but just for the sake on the stream. Yes, we have a couple bedrooms, 2 small beds in each. Also a common room. You can put your mats down and you can sleep there. You do smell very bad.
If there's anywhere, any
The
bathing
mustard of
facilities-
that one, I like.
Do you have a menu that has your food offerings on it?
Absolutely. What are you looking for? We do have a hard time coming across fish. Has been very hard to find in Barovia lately. Catch, not find. I don't catch. I just buy. But we have a cabbage soup. We have a tavern pie. They're provided by Miss Morgan. They're her dream pastries. We also have bread.
What kind of bread? Is it biscuits?
It's not biscuits. It is just bread. It goes very well with the soup.
So, okay. So you said you had cabbage soup, tavern pies, dream pastries, and bread.
The dream pastries are the tavern pies.
Oh, are they like sweet? Are they made of meat? What are they made of?
The ones that we have here are minced meat pies. Probably lamb. Miss Morgan has the dessert pies.
Oh, okay. I'll have some of the soup and some of the bread, and I need to take a bath.
Okay.
And if nobody else minds, I surely would like a bed and not to sleep on the floor. So, but we can, flip for it or whatever.
It would be 3 gold pieces for you to have the bed. You will be sharing the room with probably
whoever. I don't care. I've shared a room with Scars before. He wants to stay, but the little fairy gets scared at night. I think I could talk to him or
Is
any
that
of the
the
girls.
fairy?
Oh,
Severine's
Yeah.
gonna kind of
I thought it was a bird.
he gets scared easy. He's a little nervous,
Oh, do you get
like-
scared, little one?
Yeah, well, he's
You're
like a
very
long-tailed
nice.
cat. Long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. That's kind of how he is. And
I don't
So,
understand
yeah.
the reference.
oh, well, you know what a rocking chair is?
Yes.
You know what a cat with a long tail is?
Yes.
Well, imagine how nervous it'd be in a room full of rocking chairs and it's got a long tail. It might get rocked on, so it's pretty nervous.
Oh,
Pretty
I
aware of
get
its
it.
surroundings.
That is
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, that's what we say where I'm from.
Mm.
All right, 3 coins.
Severine is probably going to sidle up to Corwin and just kind of use her cloak to cover his wings a bit and just kind of lean in to be like, I wouldn't mind sharing a room with you if you'd like a chance to go over that spell book we found.
That's fine. I would love to look at it and see what else is written in the footnotes. But excuse me though. By the way, and it's not. There's no fear that I haven't already faced. It's not that. There's no nervousness. There's no fear. So please, do
You'll
not
get along here
mischaracterize-
in Barovia very well, I can tell. You don't
Yeah, I
expect too much.
I don't know these people very well, by the way. So if they speak for me, you must know that you must come to get the facts from the horse's mouth.
Did you
Looks
hear
around
that?
for
He
a
does
horse.
not consider you friends.
Yeah, I heard it. Well,
Vistani, anybody who travels with us is our friend.
Yeah,
the
well,
other guy said too.
I kind of don't blame him for that stance, but if you two are all the same with it, I'd take it as be the third person just so I have a quieter room to be in. I can't imagine you two'd be too loud going over that book.
I have 2 rooms with 2 twin beds and the common room and 1 room with a queen-size bed. And you, my friend, look like a queen.
Who was that to? Curious.
Sophia.
She would act completely oblivious, like, who? What?
You, my friend.
No,
You are beautiful.
she's right.
Well,
And
thank
you
you.
smell the best.
She's right about that too.
I just kind of turn back to some of my party mates. Maybe I just get an offer on that because I won't stain the bed as much. I don't know. Like, I just want somewhere quiet to rest for a bit
Scars-
after I had a whole
Scars
experience.
speaks. And Scars has been like in the back, kind of observing everything, like having a bit of a, giving everything a very stern look, and then he just suddenly says, "I do not require a room."
You are not wearing shoes.
They are uncomfy.
I would not expect you to be needing a bed. Would you like a blanket?
Is it free?
We will provide you a blanket if you spend enough money on Vine.
He sits at a table. He finds the nearest place to sit down, and he just places both of his fists on the table / counter and goes, I am ready to drink.
The woman with
Rothvin
with the silver earring, she goes, Eric, Vine for our guest, please. And Eric behind the bar comes out, and he has a mug of it's wine.
It's just wine.
It's wine. It's just wine.
Rothvin's gonna look at the woman and be like, they like to use lots of words when less words is better. Meat pies, soup, bread, rooms, we'll take them.
Meat pie, soup, bread. Okay. Tavern pie is 2 gold pieces. Do you just want a pitcher of wine?
Yeah, probably.
1
Probably
silver
a couple.
piece.
Do you guys want one too?
Yeah, we probably need a couple. Like, we probably need at least 4 pitchers of wine. It's been a rough day. And
4 pitchers
I
of
need some of
wine.
that.
Okay. 4 pitchers of wine.
How much is that?
4 pitchers of wine. 1 silver piece. Per
Ariadne
pitcher.
will.
Per pitcher.
Ariadne will pay it, and she'll say, they might not consider me their friends, but my friendship is very aggressive and does not always require consent. So I will just buy this wine for my new friends, and I would also like some of that cabbage soup and the bread. And Rothvin, you don't have to stay in the room with me, but I do have an unoccupied bed. The only other place for you is on the floor somewhere. But you can sleep in the other one, or you can sleep on the floor, whichever one you want. I'll put my 2 beds together and sprawl out like starfish.
She makes her own queen size bed.
Yep, I'm innovative. So how much will it cost you for
Or-
soup,
You have
bread?
the
Work.
smart one, and the handsome one, and the outdoorsy one, and the queen, and the sad one. And you seem a little anxious, and she looks towards you, Severin. You try to take care of everyone? Bad idea.
I tried to take in everything, but I will. I'll get settled up for a room for Corwin and I, and ask to have food brought back to it.
So a twin size bed is 3 gold pieces. If you want, there's 2 twin size beds in each room, so it'd be 6 gold pieces per room. The queen bed is 5 gold pieces, and it's a silver piece to sleep in the common room.
I only have gold pieces. I don't. Well, 1 gold piece is 10 silver, so I'll take away a gold piece and get myself some silver. Okay, I'll do that. Hold on.
That's actually a fair question, D. I don't remember going over gold amount starting out when we started. For some reason, I think when I created the character, it gave me gold, so I don't know if that's
Yeah,
what
you should
my
have your
gold should
starting
be.
gold. There are a couple people that have a lot of gold because they were getting.
Took a job.
They took a job from Lady Morgan, or Morwin. So they got paid 500 gold pieces before it started out.
Okay, just make sure. I saw
So there's
42
some that
gold
have
on
a
my
lot of
character sheet,
money.
and I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. No, you should have whatever your starting gold is.
Let me double check what that is. I'll get back to you.
I go over to Scars, and since you don't need a bed, do you want to just maximize on this offer that she's providing and take that room with? I'll take the bed, and then you can just have what other space you require.
He nods and he says, that is sufficient.
Okay. I'll make my way back over to the barkeep, bar owner then, or tavern owner.
Her name is
After more
Mirabelle.
Mirabelle?
She's a round-faced, warm-eyed, silver hoop earrings. She's constantly smirking at you. Like she knows something that you don't. She's also a flirt.
You know, on
Rothvin.
second thought, maybe I'll go ahead and take that queen bed.
You would like the queen bed? Okay. Absolutely. 5 gold pieces, please. It includes baths. The price of your room includes bathing because we do not want our guests to smell. It chases away the other guests.
Makes sense to me. She digs it out and gets out the 5 gold pieces and pays up then.
Well, Ariadne's gonna go upstairs and take a bath, and then come back down and eat her soup and bread.
Okay, so all the rooms are on the first floor, just for the sake of everything. Yeah. So everything's go ahead.
What is the bathing arrangements? Is it going to be like a bathhouse? Is it just going to be basins in the rooms?
It's basins in the rooms. From what you have been able to gather from your very short time in Barovia, this is it's not like Daggerford. There's doesn't seem to be any indoor plumbing of any kind around here. You are walking through a very sad, depressing, failing village. Would be what the vibes you got. Mm-hmm. There was no electricity. It was all oil lanterns. So yeah, so it would be basins, and they would be bringing you hot water.
Like from the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Nice.
Is anybody staying with me? Are they going to pay the other 3 pieces, or am I taking that room by myself?
Rothvin will take the other bed in that room.
Okay.
And you'll be like, yeah, all right, I'll take like a meat pie, soup, bread, some of that wine.
Meat pie, 2 gold pieces, bread, 25 copper, soup, 1 silver piece.
He goes into his gold pouch and he's like, 1, 2, many, lots, and he hands her like 8 gold. He's like, is that good?
This is very good.
Scars
Too good.
He's...
I think you are getting the wrong impression of me, sir.
He's like, what?
And she hands you 4 gold pieces back.
Oh, is it too much? Oh, okay.
It is too much. I think you are. I'm not that kind of lady, sir. I own this establishment.
He looks around. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
She touches your, reaches out to touch your cheek and says, "It is a good thing you are handsome." Okay, Eric, get the food, get the bath water heated. Our friends are smelly. Our friends need to relax. Ismark, quit looking so sad over there. And the man that was sitting out with the cloak, he just kind of grunts, finishes his beer, and then walks back out.
So Ariadne's gonna go wash her hands and face really quick. She's not gonna take like a full bath. She just wants to get a little clean before she eats, because when she takes her bath, Rothvin's just, I don't know how to do this. She's gonna take her clothes off and wash her clothes as well.
You will have like a basin of water in your rooms. Like it's not warm at all, but it's it's enough water to clean yourselves off, enough to go out and have a meal. Be satisfied, with your cleanliness.
So, if are we all sitting at the table together eating then?
Rothvin ordered food. And you ordered food.
Yeah.
And I was, and I had asked about having food just taken back to the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scars is just like, can I drink the wine in my room?
You paid for it. You drink it wherever you want.
I enjoy those rules. And yeah, he would take one of the pitchers and he would just Make his way off. Does he know where the room is? Nah, he'll figure it out.
The room that you would be going to would be in the entrance and to the right. It's very close to the bar. It's because you're sharing a room with Sophia right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it would be to the right of the bar. You all have in your rooms. There's basins of water. There's hairbrushes. There's like a mirror in each room, and large basins for you to bathe in.
Nice.
D, if it's permissible, I'd like to not chase, but see after to the fellow that walked outside of the tavern.
Sure. Absolutely.
If I still see him, I'd like to inquire some things. I don't know if he like disappears or if he's too fast.
No. If you like see him leave and then you immediately kind of follow after him, you could meet him as the tavern door opens. You do realize that there is like a soft rain coming down over Barovia, and the man is now like pulling his cloak over the top of his head, and he's just kind of like standing under the shelter for a second. He kind of shrugs and he starts to walk away.
Excuse me, sir.
He looks
Sir.
back at you. Yes?
What ails you?
What ails me? My father has died 3 days ago. My sister is being chased by the devil Strahd. What is right now? Everything is wrong.
Would taking time at a certain point to chronicle these chapters in your life make you feel any sort of better? Someone to talk to?
How rude. I just told you my father had died, and my sister is being pursued by the devil, and you want me to tell you my story?
I want you to tell me more about these things. There are things that when people express themselves, they feel better about certain things and can find
Does that work
purpose.
for you?
It does not, but it works for others. I've seen it.
Buy me a round of wine and I will tell you all.
I pull out a gold coin and I hand him a gold coin and I'll say, hopefully this will suffice. And it doesn't have to be now. I'm sure you have places to be.
I do not have any place to be. I can go home. I am the burgomaster's son. I am wallowing in my sadness.
Well, then
My
you can
sister
wallow
will
with
not
me.
leave the house in fear of Devil Strahd.
Come back inside and I will buy you a round or two and you can tell me more. I'm very interested.
Very well. I have no place else to be. My sister will still be there when I return. And he starts walking. He walks back towards you and enters back into the tavern.
Okay, I'll take. I'll use the gold coin and purchase drinks for the fella, and sit at a table with him, and then I'll give the others a look. This time I mean, my goggles are off at this point, but I will look at each one of them and that are present and say, just give like a nod of like, like, and then I'll turn to the man and give him whatever drink is a pitcher, I guess, a starting tab, if you will.
You're buying a pitcher for a gold piece?
I know
It
I
used to not be this much.
I'm starting a tab. I don't know how much this man will drink.
off. I will drink enough.
All right. And in that case, I'll after sitting down and getting the drink, I'll just ask him some of the first question that comes to mind, and I'll say your name, sir, so I know who to acknowledge in this chronicling.
My name is Ismark Koliana. Ismark the Lesser is what they call me in town.
They call me Grim, for short.
I can see
Corwin
why.
the Grim. And your father's name, the one that passed.
My father's name. My father's name is Polian Indriovich. He was the burgomaster of this town. His heart gave out on him 3 days ago. His body lies in a coffin my sister and I made in our home.
And speaking of your sister, what was her name? Or what is her name?
Why do you care?
Well, these are sample questions that I ask.
You are not here for the Devil's Strahd, right?
Can you define what you mean by that?
The Devil's Strahd has been preying upon my sister. Strahd is what you would call a vampire?
Can we hear this if we're sitting at a table near him?
You can make a perception check at, are you sitting at a table? Are you talking with somebody else? Or...
I think everybody else left Ariadne's sitting there by herself. Did anybody sit and have dinner with her and share her spices that she has? Or did y'all go back to your bedroom?
Scars is doing other
Scars is
things.
drinking a pitcher
Rothvin
of
had,
wine in the
like, whatever
bathtub.
pictures
I think so
were
Severn was
left
going to go
in
back
front.
to her room.
Yeah,
Rothvin, did you
Severin
go back to her room?
definitely needs a deep
Rothvin's
clean.
sitting at the bar.
Right.
Okay,
He
if
didn't
you're
go
sitting
for
by
a bath
yourself, I would go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay.
Because Corwin did give you the
16.
16. Yeah, you could hear. You could hear. You might not hear all of it. It might be a little bit mumbly, but you can
Did
definitely
Ariadne hear a
hear.
vampire?
You would probably not hear a vampire because Ismark would have probably when he asked Corwin if he was here for Strahd, he probably got kind of big. But then Strahd is what we call a vampire. So you would hear some of it, but not the full context.
Well, Ariadne watching him since he got big, and she's like, don't try to fight the fairies. So she's just watching eating her cabbage soup with her spices that make everything taste better. And had everybody sat with her, they would have the most delicious tasting food that they'd ever had because I have a special spice bag.
You would say that the spice definitely added to the flavor of the soup and the bread, but that tavern minced meat pie was
I didn't have any.
perfect.
mince.
You didn't
I
have
had no-
you didn't have the tavern pie?
I did
Rothvin's
not
like
have any
anime
green pie.
eating it.
I had soup and bread.
Anime eating, yeah. If you just
Yeah.
had the soup and the bread, then you're fine.
Yeah, soup and bread.
I'll ask the man. Ismark. I'm not here for this Strahd individual. Me and my fellow compatriots, we found ourselves here. We're stuck, I think. Mist is keeping us.
You are absolutely here because of the Devil's Strahd.
Okay.
You are not from here. Your friends are not
no.
from here.
You're right. No.
Who do you think brought you here?
Based off of this line of dialogue, I would assume you're going to say Strahd.
Absolutely. And he picks up a mug and starts drinking his wine.
So Strahd, this individual.
Strahd brought you here.
Okay. Strahd.
She
this
brings
individual-
all of her victims here.
Hold on, wait a minute. What do you mean by that? The victims.
I told you she was a vampire. You are not the first adventurers to make your way into Barovia.
The Vistani told me there was someone here that was cursed, a princess.
The Vistani said that.
That is what they said, yes.
You cannot trust the Vistani. They
And
are
that is why
her minions.
they escorted us here.
Of course they did.
Why is Strahd after your sister?
I do not know. My sister remembers very little of her encounters with Lady Strahd. She wakes up with very fuzzy memories with bite marks. This is why my father is dead.
Your father died because of Strahd.
My father died because his heart could not take how Strahd was sending her minions to harass us.
What was your sister's? What is your sister's name?
Irina Koliana.
I must be completely honest with you, Ismark, and that is, me and my fellow compatriots, we have arrived very recently, and we did receive an invitation to Strahd's home, but we did not know any of the stuff that you had just told us.
What did this invitation say?
Wanted to meet us, more or less?
Well, be very.
I
She
don't want to
could
take too
be
much of
inviting you for dinner, if you know what I mean.
Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind. Before I let you go, and I'll buy you another round. But the house? There's a house that's not too far from here. It's 3 stories. It belonged to the Durst family.
The Durst family, yes.
What is your known history with that house? Not you.
Oh,
per
it's
se,
cursed.
but
It's cursed.
so everyone knows it's cursed.
Adventurers, they go in, they don't come out. We tried to burn it once a year. It always comes back.
History has a way of whispering from the ashes, I see. If you
Sure.
will, Ismark, I'll have you know that me and my compatriots, and I'll turn to Ariadne, who's sitting at a table, and I'll point, and I'll say, and I'll start to look for the others, but I don't see him, and I'll just say, we entered that house, and we came out this morning. We learned some incredible things there.
Wait. You entered the house.
Yeah.
I got-
And then,
And you came back? You survived?
yeah. What, like it's hard?
There
One
have
of the
been...
children entered me. It actually was pretty hard. I almost
The
got killed by
children?
a
What are you
broom.
talking about?
What are you talking about? There's 2 creepy ghost kids that were living there. We put their bones down. I hope they got some peace, but their parents left them there to die. What do you mean? What do I mean? You just said it's cursed. You don't know nothing about the family that killed their own children and worship this weird lady who has carriages that don't got people.
That house has been here for hundreds of years. At least 2 centuries.
Oh, well, those children must have been there for a long time, but they entered me, the little boy did. His name was Thorn, and I laid him with his dolly in his bones in his coffin and said a prayer for him, and he
That
seemed to go on to
that
the
was
other side.
very kind of you to do.
Well, I mean, that's the
You,
right
you
thing to
laid
do. for
you
children.
laid those children's souls to rest.
Yes, that is the bare minimum one should
It's
do when encountering a ghost child.
well, I'm sure we'll be seeing them again soon.
What do you mean? They
Hmm.
went on to the other side.
You would think you would think that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would.
Souls in Barovia do not get to leave, even in death.
Ariadne's immediately gonna start rubbing her amulet and being like, I don't. What do you mean? Because the fall.
I don't know. It is just the way things are.
All right, so y'all don't have any like scientists or anything like investigating why stuff is. Y'all just accept it. Like nobody's asking questions. You know,
Who would we ask questions to? Who would give us the answer besides Strahd?
Well, they where I'm from, like, there's books and you can read them, and then there's like things that make things look bigger in the ground. And
Strahd has confiscated all of the magic books
they don't have
in
to
all
be
of
magical.
Barovia. If you get caught with a magic book,
Oh, she's gonna look at Corwin, 'cause she doesn't know your book seems magical to her. But Ariane,
it's
I'm not
math.
talking about magical books, honey. Like, do y'all know how to read and write and do math? Do y'all go to school?
We have a
Rothvin's just
school.
eating pie.
Are y'all allowed to be educated?
We are educated.
Okay. All right.
We are not a stupid people. We are a poor people. I am taking some offense to whatever you are saying.
I'm just saying that, like, you just said you don't know why people don't pass on, and I'm asking, is there not anybody like doing
Is
any
your
kind of weird-
friend over there
Orphan?
eating one of the dream pies?
Yes, they said it was lamb. Which, by the way, do y'all have like strong agriculture here? Because the ground does not seem to support. Like, I'm from. Where are the lambs? Yeah, he's eating one. I had some cabbage soup and I had some spices too, and it was okay. You want some spices for your food? It'll make it taste really good. It's not, poisonous or nothing.
You can eat it. Those dream pies will give you the best dreams of your life.
Why?
Why?
Shame elders.
I do not know.
Are they like laced with something?
What?
Do they have something in them that makes you sleep?
It's like when you eat turkey and you feel very tired afterwards.
Oh, okay. So
And you
it's just
sleep
a
very
normal-
soundly and everything is good.
Oh, okay. I'm just having the soup. Cause
The cabbage soup
yeah,
is awful.
I put some spices in it. It was okay. It might make me a little bloated and gas,
Spices.
but I don't. Yeah.
Hmm.
You want some?
Interesting. Corwin, you were asking about my family. Sorry.
Yeah. I think I have what I need for now.
He's getting
but-
drunk now, this guy is. He's tying one on.
Ariane's so concerned that there's like not a school for the kids here. She's like, what do you mean there's no books? Like, she's like wanting to bring social reform to Barovia. She's like very upset.
I'm gonna end my conversation with the fella, and I'll just say, Ismark, I have what I need for now, and I think that maybe it's best for you to go spend time with your sister. And I'll as I'm saying all this, I'm writing down with quill and ink and something really quick, and I'm just putting my name on the paper, and I'm giving it to him, put it in his pocket, and I'm saying, if you need me, just this is my name in case you forget, so you can find me.
Where will you be?
I guess here, this is where we have taken residence for now.
I
until
will return to my sister. If you... Irina, yes. If you end up needing something to do, we need to take my father's body to the cemetery. Nobody will help us because my sister is one of Strahd's victims. They are scared now.
Well, it's possible that I know a few individuals that would be willing to help you with that. While
Obviously, you are very weak, very weak.
Yes, I wouldn't.
Very small. Sorry,
Yeah,
I drank a bit.
No. I respect honesty. I find it refreshing, even if it's brutal and honest. But the I could.
You
stay
came
with
to
your
the
sister
right
in the
place
house
then.
While others take care and help you with your father.
We are, we live in the mansion to the northwest of town. Actually not there, sorry.
It was like this big one.
No, that's the cemetery. To the south of town.
Oh, I see. Okay, south. In that case, if the day doesn't get too far away from us, then I'll send some people your way while I sit with your sister.
That could probably be arranged.
Very well.
I must get back to her. She is probably going to be very mad that I am so drunk right now.
Well, I mean, if you take maybe...
She's sitting at home with my father's body in a coffin in our downstairs. She's not going to be happy I have drank 2 pitchers of wine.
You can blame it on me. Just my name, Corwin.
I will absolutely blame it on you.
Good.
Write my story. Hopefully, something happy comes out of it. Okay. Eric, Mirabelle, sisters. I will see you later. And he walks back out the door.
I'm gonna gather my things and nod to Ariadne and head to the room where I can find Severin and I guess begin.
No, well, before, if you are not quick, I want to catch you and be like, what all did that guy say? He was talking about that Strahd lady. Did he know anything?
Yes. He apparently knows a lot, and it'd be best to explain to everyone if you'd like to come and join.
Oh, like a slumber party? Okay, Rothvin, come on. They've got stuff to tell us. Also, Corwin, you should not tell people that strangers can blame things they're going to be mad at them on for you. You don't know these people. What if they put a curse on you? What if they come for you because they're mad at you? You don't have to take the blame for everything, hun. Just try to work up a little bit.
If they're mad at me, they'll remember my name, and I'm hoping they do.
Okay. And she's gonna follow him, and she's gonna tell Rothvin to come on so he can hear. And I don't know if I see Scars or Sophia, but so Ariadne's gonna be like, it's a slumber party in Corwin's room, y'all. Come on, we're gonna tell stories, and maybe we'll braid each other's hair. Come on. And she's just she's trying. You guys don't know that Ariadne's terrified because she cannot connect with her goddess, and this place, when she heard people can't cross over, she's like, why is nobody studying this? It's not normal. These people they don't have books. They're very depressed.
Not gonna lie.
She's just trying to
in the room that Scars and Sophia and all we hear is
That's
all we hear.
Okay. If I know the room you're in, I'll knock on the door and I'll be like, "We're having a slumber party if y'all want to join."
Okay, on that note, we're going to take 2 minutes. 2-minute break because I got to go to the restroom and check on these dogs. So 2-minute
Sounds
break,
good.
guys. I'm going to go back to the opening scene so you guys can talk. Nobody will be able to hear you. So
Yeah.
Ismark has left the building. There's still the 3 sisters who own the bar. They're kind of doing their own thing at a different table right now. I think Severin is the water's hot now. That conversation took enough time that all of your baths are filled. But I heard sleepover.
Corwin
Oh.
invited everyone back to the room that he's sharing with Severin.
Okay.
And they're trying to get Scars and Sophia's attention.
Severin, are you in the tub right now?
Absolutely.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure So Corwin, you open the door and Severin is in the tub. There's bubbles. She is getting clean.
If he didn't knock, she's going to Ray of Frost the door to try and slam it back into his face.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Yo, let's go. Wait, no.
Did you knock Corwin or did you just
I don't think I knocked. No.
Let's see. Where's the button for that? 25 to hit.
You absolutely hit. As it hits, you hit right on the doorknob. The doorknob is now frozen. So if anybody tries to open it on the other side, the frost like goes through the doorknob, your side to the other side. So
Nice.
door slammed.
She's just gonna shout, knock!
Oh, that's right. I'll turn around. How about everyone we just take 20, 30 minutes and then we will reconvene. And then I will, regale or enthrall everyone with the information that I have collected.
Rothvin was still eating. He hadn't got up yet.
Ariadne's knocking on Scars and Sophia's door, like, "Hello, we're gonna do a sleepover, and he's gonna tell us about that creepy lady. Do y'all want to come join? Sophia, I can braid your hair if you want."
Sophia's in another room, I think.
Yeah.
Who's in?
It's
I
just
thought
scars.
Yeah.
Scars. Oh, she's just in her room by herself.
Yeah, probably taking a bath.
Scars, where are you? Are you in the room with Severin?
There were only 3
Sophia
rooms.
and Scars are in the room with the one queen bed.
Yes.
Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or at least Scars wandered that way with a whole pitcher of wine to himself and some privacy.
You
Severin
and Corwin
split
are
off.
in a room, and me and Rothvin are in a room.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm knocking on the queen door room going, "You want to have a slumber party and learn about the creepy lady? Because Corwin learned about her and wrote it in his creepy book. Hello?" She's just going to knock until somebody responds. "You awake?"
What's Sophia doing right now?
I think she's just kind of sitting at on the bed right now, just kind of taking a moment to really collect what's all gone on and just appreciating a moment of trying to appreciate a moment of silence. Because she knew that the roommate she had selected was also a quiet individual.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I knew where you were at.
Yep. So as the door's wrapping and we start hearing everything from the other side of the door, she just kind of slowly turns her head towards Scars like...
Scars looks at Sophia and he just...
Shall we?
Because it's still
Yeah.
very early. I mean, it's pretty early to be drinking. It's probably like 10 a.m. now.
Well, we're tired.
We support day drinking apparently.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
brunch, what are you going to do?
Right.
Scars also. Would I have had enough time to ritually cast detect poison and disease?
When were you trying to do it?
Probably before I got into the bath.
Okay. So like after you got the wine and stuff, you were that's what you're wanting to check the
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He can't enjoy wine if there's, you know.
No, absolutely. There's
Wine with a side of poison.
the wine is not poisoned. I mean, it's alcohol, so it is a poison. So I guess you would detect an amount of poison within the pitcher of wine that you got, but no more than any other time that you have detected poison and disease on your alcohol, which I'm sure you've done before.
Yeah, a couple of times. But, you know, it's, at that point, he'd just be like, oh, and then he would have proceeded to get into the bath, drink some wine, and then the knock on the door. He would get dressed and make himself mostly presentable.
Okay. Absolutely. Ariana, you went and knocked on everybody's doors?
Well, me and Rothvin are going to be staying in a room, and he's still in the main room. I knocked on their door. We're going to Corwin's room. So I imagine once I recruited them, I would run into Corwin going, give it about 20 minutes because Severin's taking a bath. And Ariadne will be like, okay, well.
She'll probably, as soon as getting interrupted, rush things a little bit to not keep everybody out.
Perfect. Yeah, so in each room, like I said, there's a basin, there's like a hairbrush, there's a mirror, a couple little drawers on each side of the bed, and your basin. So you guys all reconverge where?
Oh, well, Ariadne was going to walk into Severin's room and plop down on the bed and be like, okay, let's tell stories. But if she comes out, then I guess we'll go back. I mean, we need to have this privately. We don't want to talk in front of people, I feel like. Corwin would know, right? Because he said we couldn't. I don't know what all I overheard. But if Ariadne heard them say we can't trust the Vistani, she would not want to have it in the main area where the Vistani are.
Yeah, I will open the door to essentially allow Corwin and anyone who's with him in. You would probably end up finding her essentially half-dressed in like just an oversized, loose shirt. She looks a lot more of a wreck than she did even after the death house because all of her makeup is gone now. And keeps trying to pull up like this sleep shirt that she's wearing, but it's probably pretty noticeable that she's actually got a scar down the side of her neck that wasn't visible under her usual sweater. Half her bed is just sprawled out with, like, obviously doing an inventory of her things, making sure her ink bottles didn't shatter, and has already started taking notes on everything that happened in the Durst house.
Yeah, Scars is he's just got a casual tunic on, and everyone can very easily see that this man lifts. The abs are rippling. You can see his pectorals just moving with every single minor motion. Every time he moves his arms, it's immense.
He just got out of the bath as well, so he's like glistening.
Ariadne already knows this because she tended to his room. She already knows that he's hot but weird, so she's like, okay, well, he looks good, but like he's real. You don't wear any shoes. Severin, do you have any nail polish? Scars, do you want me to paint your toenails? And she's gonna offer as well. We listen to Corwin. Okay, well, never mind. So she's gonna offer Corwin, please tell us all the stuff you learned about Strahd. Rothvin, Ariadne would have also walked over to Rothvin if he was still eating and been like, Rothvin, come on, there's important stuff we need to know. We need you. Come on, honey. You can bring
Rothvin grabs like a chunk of bread and like a pitcher of wine and just kind of walks in clanking in his chainmail still.
I did roll a 16 on a
Or
self-imposed wisdom check, so I think that she's probably looking at Scar's abs respectfully rather than disrespectfully.
immune to the oogling, to be honest. I don't think he really even notices.
Once everyone's in the room, Corwin will, I guess regale everyone. He'll say, the individual that I met with, his name was Ismark. People know him as the Lesser, and I'm unsure exactly as to why he is called the Lesser, but that is his title within this town. He told me an interesting story. One of which that started with things that he is processing personally. There's turmoil within his family. His father died 3 days ago, and his sister is afraid and in her own inner nightmare and won't leave the house because she is aggressively chased, or at least sought after, by this individual that we've come to know as Strahd. What he told me about Strahd was a little alarming, but I want to preface what I'm going to say is I'm quite interested in this story, and I am I want to be intimately involved with how this plays out. I have to be honest and upfront with all of you that I feel that I was pulled here for a reason, and it might be this particular story. So, anyways, Ismark expressed to me that Lady Strahd is someone of vampire, that type of individual, and that she occasionally lures people here to as guests, and you can assume what you will about that, but not many people leave, and people who come stay. And if she's requesting us by letter personally, that would mean that she is interested in us.
Ariadne, upon hearing the word vampire, immediately would have started to like rub on her amulet and like start to like not pray out loud, but like she's saying like a silent prayer in her head, because like people don't move on. Vampires are literal like death and manifest, and like
Are you praying right now?
Yeah, internally.
Make a religion check.
Sure, praying internally. If anybody were to notice Ariadne, they would definitely notice like she was like disassociating a little bit. 19.
Okay. Ariadne, as you say this internal prayer to yourself, you close your eyes and rubbing your amulet of your goddess or goddess. And as you are doing this, you hear like a very sultry giggle in your head.
Oh no.
And that's
it. I know that was not my goddess.
Yeah, you would know that that is not your goddess.
Ariadne will, if Corwin's done talking, she'll look at Corwin and she'll go, well, I think you can add to your little book that people can't pass on here, and the fog not only blocks sunlight, but other people, because I'm pretty sure, does she know that was, is it safe to assume that she would assume that was Lady Strahd, the vampire?
Go ahead and roll a history check for me.
Oh, I got a +1 to that. I'm not very bright. I'm a 9.
A 9?
Mm.
You don't recognize the giggle. Severin, you look like you were about to say something earlier.
I was just going to say, while Ariadne is puzzling through all of that, I'd probably have that moment with Corwin of, just to make sure that we're taking everything with the appropriate amount of salt, how drunk was this man?
Well, I did buy him a few rounds, so he was inebriated for sure. He mentioned one other thing that I'm going to disregard whether it's true or not, and that was to not trust the Vistani, as they are Lady Strahd's, I think the word he used was, in essence, minion, or followers. But I have a sneaking suspicion. I mean, based off what the Vistani already told us, is that, you know, the legend has it is that there was this wandering soldier who they patched up, and in return, that person protected and gave power to the Vistani. So I like to think that maybe there is some mutual beneficial relationship between the two, and there's probably a need that Strahd has. I'd like to know what that need is.
There's always going to be multiple sides to any story.
Scars
Right.
speaks up. May I remind you all that we were all brought here under the power, against our will, by this Strahd, individuals who were very different. And it was the Vistani who escorted us.
Right.
To be fair, I think that we actually did come here of our own free will. We came here, I at least was chasing a job.
Well, the Vistani did mention that they said that they wanted our help.
Yeah, but they made it seem like this lady was in danger, and it seems like she is the danger.
Every story has a beginning, Ariadne.
Also, I don't know if anybody else heard the giggling, but people are giggling in my head, so my prayers aren't working, so I don't
The
know what that.
undead are fickle.
Nobody else would have heard the
and cannot
giggling,
be
just
trusted.
for.
How
And that
much
includes
wine?
vampires.
How much wine did Ariadne have again?
She hasn't had any wine. Ariadne's not a big drink.
She's just asking Corwin that because you're going on about in your head.
Oh no, Ariadne did not have any wine. She had a little bit to drink down her drink, but she had the cabbage with her spices. Oh, also Ariadne will. I don't know if Corwin mentioned it. If you ate those meat pies, apparently you're gonna sleep real good.
What's sleep? I just kind of sit down for a while and then I'm good.
Oh my god, that's right. He doesn't sleep.
Nope, he doesn't.
Like,
that's so funny.
Ariadne's just gonna look at Rothvin and go, I refuse. It's hard for me to believe that you don't know what sleep is, but okay.
I've heard the words, but I've never done it, so I don't know what it really is.
Scars nods. That is wisdom.
It's also why you choose your roommates carefully. That being said, it's not a case of whether or not we were brought here against our wills or not. It's more of a case that we were brought here under false pretenses. So what's the true intent is what we really need to figure out.
Well, for that, I think we got to find the people, right? They said they needed help, and that's why we came. So let's go find them.
We did come here.
Madam Eva, right? Madam Eva is the one that we were sent to find.
I think that was the one that we were supposed to help, right?
We did come here under the impression that this Lady Strahd was in some way cursed, and the Vistani want to see it broken.
Yes,
they did recommend that we, upon arrival, speak with their matriarch, Madam Eva, who it seems even the owners of this establishment know of, and did advise that apparently their caravan and their camp is nearby. So tomorrow, if we get a map, we shouldn't have much problem finding it. And we do have an outstanding invitation upon entry, more or less, to this city, village, to actually see this Lady Strahd.
Did it say when?
Even I would look at Scars for the letter.
Yeah, Scars gives Severin the letter.
I'll lay it out with all the other documents that she's been gathering along the way. Was there a time, a set time on it?
No. It just. Do you want me to read it again, or?
I can also look over the document later for the exact word, but
Okay.
I was looking for time.
Yeah, there's no time. It just says that your passage here will be a safe one, and she awaits your arrival. There's no date on it.
I would put out there that we haven't actually gotten fully conflicting stories at this point. It could very well be that the curse that is being referred to by the Vistani when we met them may very well be this vampirism. I do think that we should verify whether that's true or not before we start throwing around any sort of accusations, but I do think that we should at least keep in mind that if we have an invitation from the noble that is overseeing these lands, it may not be the best idea to snub them unless it's proven that it would somehow be more beneficial to do so. But we very
if it
well
doesn't have the time. Are we?
Well,
We can go whenever, right?
yeah, but I would postulate. I would say that that the reason not to go and to snub them is because vampires eat people, and we are people. I am not very interested in becoming an undead if that's what they do, or being eaten. And it's kind of weird here, and I can't connect with my goddess, and I do not trust it. I don't understand where they're getting. Do y'all see that there's no sunshine and stuff? Like, where are anything? They don't have books. Like, it's just a little strange. I haven't. It's just weird, and I don't think go around saying the noble was a vampire.
Rothvin's gonna look at Ariane and be like, "You think too much. We just need to go do something."
I'll also
kill you too, honey. Like, you're not vampire immune.
I'll also try to clarify with Corwin, is it a case of there is no reading and writing here, or is it a case of... when I was taking notes for you, I was under the impression it was only magic books that were banned. Would Corwin recall that detail?
Probably, because it was mentioned, I think, in front of me. So I would clarify that, yeah.
And it wasn't very long ago, so...
Well, they're not allowed to research why their bodies can't pass over, or why there's no sunshine, or why everything is sucky so bad here. Like, so even if they can read and write, they're not allowed to use their knowledge to, like, try to better themselves. So they have the knowledge.
Reading and writing's over, not that important anyway. Let's go either help that family, or let's go find the person that we were sent here to find. Like,
we should go help put the body to rest.
We gotta sitting here and getting worked up and all that. It's not helping anyone.
We should definitely get the body to rest.
I think in your case, you're just really overprocessing everything that's going on here. As far as the clouds, it could just be a cloudy day. Those happen. That does happen, in fact. Just give it a day.
Mm-hmm. I've never had clouds come and disappear people in front of me and then fighting happen in it, but okay, sure. I think we should go bury that man's father, right? He said his daddy was in his house. Like, that's a public health hazard.
Well, things aren't new. Things are new until they're not, right? Like, I don't know. You never saw it before, but now you have, so it's not new anymore.
I can tell you from time at sea that there have been times where ships have disappeared into the fog. That is not unheard of.
Oh, yeah. I just remember when I asked the Vasanti if there's any water near, and they said no. I'm aware of weather patterns, but we don't have to suspect anything. We can just keep on going. I do think we should put that man's daddy in the ground, because if we let a corpse rot, that is a public hazard to anybody. But we can also go speak to this Madam Eva. But if the plague breaks out because there's a decomposed body that's not in the ground, well, then everybody's going to be sick.
Too many words. Let's just go.
I do
Rock
think.
and roll.
I do
Your
think
hands
after
are
how. I do think after how hurt we all were, that it may be prudent
I
for
love
all
you,
of us
Tiff.
to rest.
I'm inclined to agree with her. And that's part of the reason I wanted to hide in my room for a while, is to just rest a bit and regather myself before we go back out and do anything else.
Off the
Rothvin just
table, you
kinda
guys
throws
have
his head
not
back
taken
and
a
goes,
long rest.
That's
Rothvin just throws his
exactly
head
what I'm
back and
getting
goes,
at, Dean.
Fine.
Yep.
Scars goes Rothman. He just says, meditate, and we'll be back.
I'm gonna reach out and do a mending on one of the 24 holes that's in Rothvin's clothing from him falling down the spike pit, and being like, "We'll take care of you later, darling."
Be like, yeah, because I don't think we've healed from that yet, right? So Rothvin's
No.
still all bloody.
I mean, you have been like, you're no longer, your clothes are clean, but your wounds have not been healed. None of your wounds have been healed. None of your spell slots have been
Restored.
That's the thing about blood, though. There always seems to be more.
You know,
Seems to be, but there isn't. There is a limit on it.
Yeah, you know, I could do a little cure wounds on him, I believe.
If you
Just
have
to
the spell
help out.
slots.
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone wants to blow their spell slots to keep Rothvin from bleeding all over the bed,
Yeah.
we're gonna
fine.
take. I think we can agree to take a long rest.
Yeah, that's fine.
Absolutely.
We can definitely take.
Would a long rest do like all of his HP?
Yes.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Nice.
It's like 10 a.m. right now, so your long rest would end around 6 p.m.
Perfect.
So our sleep schedule will just be a little fucked right now. It's no big
Mhm.
deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We
Get
need it.
no.
Of course, as the sun sets, there's nothing. Daylight doesn't help with any kind of task outside at all. And Ariane's just gonna walk to her room and go, Robin, if you're coming and you want to stay in the room, that's fine. I'm gonna take a bath and I'm gonna wash out my clothes, and I'll wash out yours too if you want me to. And we'll go bury a corpse or go see a creepy lady at night where there's a vampire and vampires come out at night. That sounds like a fabulous plan. And she's just gonna go to her room and she's gonna mutter the whole time.
Rothvin's gonna be like, "No, yeah, go ahead. I'm still got food to finish."
Mm-hmm.
That's true. It's true.
And
All right.
So Ariane's
Long
in the room.
rest.
Lay out
Long
your
rest.
plan for me.
I think
You're gonna-
Sovereign would
Go
probably
ahead.
be trying to just compare notes with Corwin, and look at anything that they have found in the Durst house, as well as notes on everything that he learned from Ismark. But are you talking about the plan for just before the long rest, or the plan for
Just
afterwards?
yeah. For the you're all taking a long rest right now, and Rothvin's finishing eating. Has everybody else eaten?
Rothvin only needs 4 hours of sleeping with light activity, so
Totally.
prancing.
But
He's
are you guys
eating
all
while he's doing
eating?
stuff.
I know
Yeah.
Ariadne ate. I know Rothvin ate.
I ordered soup and bread back to the
Okay,
room,
so
and
you got
ordered
food.
wine for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah,
just want to make sure you're gonna
I got
eat
soup
something.
and bread as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
soup
Sophia
and
would have
bread.
also gotten soup and bread from the kitchen and brought it back to the room when she had snuck off.
Just wanted to make sure
Yes.
you ate, because it's important to eat during your adventures. Okay. You guys all go back to your rooms, your respective rooms. You bathe, you clean yourselves, you do whatever your bedtime rituals are, and you sleep for your 8 hours, and you all wake up at 6 p.m. with the benefits of a full rest. Also, you bathed, so I'm going to give you guys a +1 to any charisma checks.
Yes.
Just because you bathed and you don't smell. For the next 24 hours.
Ariadne bathed and washed her clothes. And you want me to roll another religion check, but Ariadne would have continued to try to connect with Lyra, her goddess, until she fell asleep.
Yeah, go ahead and do a religion check for me.
That was almost a nat 20. 22.
You don't hear like that giggle this time. And you don't hear anything this time, but you do feel like as you're praying, is this before or after bed? Before or after you wake up? Before you fall asleep.
Yeah.
You do feel after you pray or during your prayer, like kind of a weight that is just bearing down on your shoulders. And this weight is not, you basically feel like kind of a sense of doom.
Right.
Like it gives you anxiety before you go to bed.
Well, Ariadne already had anxiety, so it gives her.
It's like it's anxiety to the like 10th. So you because you guys are all falling asleep. Ariadne, because after you prayed, you feel this sense of dread, of doom that comes over your body, like a fate that you have no say into. You lay your head down on your pillow and you fall asleep, and your dreams are not peaceful. They are full of death and fog, and you do feel in your dream, as you were laying there in your bed, you can sense, or in your dream, you feel like there is a shadow of a claw or of a hand with sharp talons that just reaches over all of you. And you wake up and the shadow's gone.
Were the fingernails painted on the hand?
You can't tell, it's a complete shadow.
Well, Ariadne's gonna just wake up and probably throw up, and then put on her washed clothes that should be dry, and put on a happy face, and just tuck her amulet under her shirt and go, we'll try again tonight. And she'll like kiss her amulet and like just hope and like.
Rothvin, you ate one of the dream pastries, the minced hand pie that was sold to you. You don't sleep, but you still do take your trance.
Yep.
And during this trance, your dream is incredibly joyful. What would be the happiest, most comfortable, most just what would Rothvin be dreaming of?
So a great dream for Rothvin is he would be on a ship while both ships were burning, and there was this just giant battle happening all around him, and he's just like happily, like, you know, clashing swords with different people and like having the time of his life.
Okay. That happens, but you're not on a ship. You are in Barovia. somewhere. You don't know where, but you can just feel it in your bones that you are in Barovia on
That makes sense. That's where he is right now, so that makes sense.
on a boat on a lake somewhere. And you are taking care of something evil. You are defeating an evil being on a lake in Barovia. And you wake up. And what is your highest stat? Your ability score?
He has a 17 strength.
Okay. For the next 24 hours, you have an 18 strength.
Let's just go ahead and bump that up temporarily. Okay.
And you all wake up. It's 6 p.m. The sun is not quite going down yet, but you all wake up with the benefits of a full rest. Ariadne, you just feel slightly more anxious and at an unease after your dream. Oh, I can't hear you. What happened?
Ariadne, I think you are muted.
She's figuring out. She gave us a finger. Not
Sorry,
the
my phone
finger,
muted. I
a
don't know
figure.
why.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, Ariadne would just, if Rothvin was in the room or the first person she sees, she'll just go, well, good morning, sunshine. If we're going to go put this man's daddy in the ground, we should do it for the sun drops because it helps to have light when you're digging a hole. I have dug, buried bodies before and I've seen over them as a cleric. I don't know if anybody else here has, but sunshine is important and there's not a lot of it here. And she's
So
just gonna smile real
Rothvin was just sitting cross-legged on the bed during his trance.
quick. Okay.
So yeah, he was just sitting up,
Did
back
you-
against the wall, eyes closed. As soon as you
Did
started
you
talking,
Probably
he
would have
kind of
noticed Ariadne kind of like tossing and turning in the night.
yeah, he like opens his eyes and like looks over when she starts like thrashing about at some point, and then just goes back to.
Did you allow Ariadne to wash your clothes for you when she washed hers? Were you in the room and did you let her if she did? Because she
No,
would have offered.
I don't think he would have.
Okay. All right. She definitely would have
Rothvin
offered.
does not get a +1 to his charisma.
Your clothes are still bloodied and everything. Like
It's the somebody has to have that intimidation factor.
Ariadne like spent a lot of time like scrubbing hers, trying to get like the blood out. Like she used salt to like try to get it out from her spice pack. She like buffed her armor. Like she did everything good. And Rothvin would have been the only one who sees this, but she takes off her hood. I meant to mention this. You guys know what she looks like. She takes off her hood and she's got on top of her head just like wrapped like pearl blonde hair. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's like blonde with like streaks of silver in it. And when she takes it down and she brushes it, it goes like all the way down to like almost the middle of her like knees. So it's like really long and like she has to wash it. So Rothvin would have been the one to see that, and then she would like wrap it up and then put back, so like her cape lid back on, so nobody would like see it. But that's what her hair looks like. She's got like really long blonde hair, and she. Funny.
Okay.
Rothvin probably wouldn't even noticed. He'd been like, oh,
Yeah, some people just have hair.
yeah, that's what he would have been like.
Hair.
She couldn't have been like real flamboyant about it, but she would have had to like, it would have been a process. He would have like seen the manual like rotation of taking it down because it's like wrapped up on top of her head and braided. So yeah.
Definitely have shampoo commercial vibes.
Yeah, she
Ariadne's
doesn't
gonna
have
do
them.
all of our commercials for our breaks from
What
now
else
on.
has to swish and kick, whatever is that's the thing.
The bend and snap.
Yeah. But she's not very vain, so she wears it up, and that's why she wears the cape, because she's very pretty, but she doesn't. That's not what she wants people to know her for. She's more concerned with like being seen as like kind and like wise. So like she
Mhm.
she doesn't wear makeup or anything like that. You know, she's
Mhm.
clean, but she's not big on
Yeah.
vanity.
What's everybody else doing at this time? You're just waking up now from an 8-hour rest.
I think after Sophia gets up, she starts reorganizing all her gear, inventory, and stuff. Make sure that everything's back on her body in a way that she can access, or is on, can access, and can use in a time of need. And the preparation and everything getting ready does take a few minutes of time to fully work out.
Scars is just meditating. Like, he wakes up, he meditates, and he's just quiet as death, really.
Mhm.
But then he
For
stops,
Corwin, for Corwin, upon rest, he would have had his goggles on his forehead, but after resting, he would have donned them once again. Towards the end of a long day, he might feel weary and take them off, but or keep them on, but keep them off his eyes. But upon resting, he dons them back on, with having much of his stuff kind of like lazily about in his space. He's not organized, but it's an organized chaos mess to him. So it's him just figuring out where his stuff is and slowly, deliberately picking stuff up and putting it back where it needs to be for whatever he does next.
Severine's stuff is like already packed. After she took her inventory the prior night and took all of her notes and everything, she had her bag essentially ready to bug out, but did actually finally, now that they're in at least a relatively safe space, did end up sleeping in just, an oversized shirt and trying to be comfortable, actually taking her boots off, making sure her feet would be fine. So when they've woken up the next day, is pretty fastidious about maintaining her appearance. Girl's got a 20 charisma, and it takes a lot of work to maintain. So Corwin, being in the room, would probably notice that she's just painstaking about doing her hair, doing her makeup, making sure her clothes are completely clean, taking out any spots, mending any holes.
Where'd my camera go?
It looks a little stalled out a little there.
Okay. 1 second. I am frozen
Technical
now.
difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Technical
You're not-
difficulties brought to you by whichever internet service provider you are currently using.
It's Comcast. Could not start my video source.
Hard to connect with the dog, but we try.
Hmm.
And if you were wondering about the daylight spell, the 2024 does invoke sunlight, but for this campaign, you're using the 2014 version of daylight if memory serves from what Dee was saying before.
Yeah, she did say 2014 years.
Someone has daylight?
If I leave the video ninja right now, will it make all of you leave?
I don't know.
Good question.
He came up.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Looks like we need a quick
adventure.
reset.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Go ahead, Ariadne.
Oh, I don't.
You have a bunch of messages for us.
You should not dig holes at nighttime, and if there are vampires afoot, it is best to travel during the day because they do not like sunlight. And in some versions,
Okay, am I back? Ish.
Delicious.
Okay.
Well,
We're
mostly.
back.
Hey.
Sorry, I missed a few things. I had to exit out of Discord in order for it to work.
You did
but
not get kicked.
Oh, okay.
That's good to know.
yeah. I think it tried to take my Discord. I think Discord tried to take the camera or whatever. But sorry. So I couldn't hear you guys for the last 30 seconds.
We were being
Oh.
regaled with the old legends of how some vampires have an obsessive compulsive disorder that if you scatter rice in front of them, they have to stop to count each grain.
Yes, very scientific.
You should
Absolutely
totally try
correct.
that with Strahd.
Absolutely correct. Are you guys still in your rooms or are you guys out in the lobby?
Well, as soon as
Area-
Rothvin was up, he'd be out looking for breakfast, or at
Yeah.
this point, dinner.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ariadne will be out looking for something to eat as well. She
Okay.
left.
Stars will
Same
cast
menu.
Goodberry.
Same menu as before. You're gonna cast Goodberry. Okay.
Let me just push that.
Still the same soup of the day. Same bread.
Is there any jam?
Same. No.
Okay. Is there any butter?
There's butter.
Okay, Ariadne, some sugar from her packet.
There's butter.
Well, I'll have some bread and butter, and I'll and she'll sprinkle some sugar on it from her seasoning pack. And if anybody else is near Ariadne, she will offer some seasonings. It like have whatever you want, and non magical, but you know.
I'll try. What was the pie thing that you were eating this earlier, Rothvin?
Oh, it was just this really good pie. It was tasty. It had like meat and stuff. It's good.
Wait, I
No,
thought it was mincemeat's like nuts and stuff. Was it meat or mincemeat?
It's not minced meat, not meat.
Okay.
Oh, it wasn't a meat pie. I thought it was a meat pie.
Yeah, it's a
I
meat
thought-
pie. It's a meat pie.
Yeah.
It's like minced meat, like very small pieces of meat. There's gravy
Okay.
inside. It's like it's like a pot pie in a hand pie form.
Okay, yeah. That's what I was saying.
Crispy
so-
crust, like light brown. They have butter. They buttered the pie.
I thought you meant
Some
like
vegetables.
like nuts and stuff.
No,
Then
no,
what
no.
Rothvin said stands.
I mean, if Rothvin says it's good, I'll probably end up trying one then as our
I'll try.
dinner meal.
I'll try one of those as well.
Okay.
Scars
Get the
just
eating
has the
on.
berry.
Scars has the
Yeah, I'll try one
berry.
as well.
We heard that there was going to be like lifting and stuff today, so Rothvin's eating light. So he doesn't
Okay,
get
those do
cramps.
cost
He
2
just
gold
has
pieces a
bread and
piece.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll spend 2 gold on that.
How much
You
did
ha-
my bread and butter cost?
Your bread costs 25 copper pieces, and the butter is complimentary.
Okay.
Those who had this meat pie, it comes out. It's still like steaming out of the like little slits that are on the top of it. Hot right out of the oven.
I want one.
As you bite into it, like just the gravy-esque part of the inside with there's peas and carrots and stuff in there, and it just the crust like melts in your mouth. And the pie is hot, but not like hot enough to burn and give you the danglies on the top of your mouth. It is one of the most delicious things you have eaten probably in a very long time. It puts Lady Morwyn's dinner almost to shame how good it tastes to you.
Are the people who serve this to us nearby?
Yeah, Eric, the bartender, is still there.
Ariane just wants to know, where did y'all get vegetables? Because y'all don't have sunlight enough to grow.
Are you talking to Eric? We have wine. Things grow here.
Okay.
What do you mean we have no sun? It's right there in the sky.
All right, Shug. And she's just going to walk away.
Okay. He's
Rothvin just
gonna
points out
continue
the
to
window to the
just
dim
polish
sun.
the glasses that he has.
And say, all right, Shug, and walk away. He's...
When I do order the food from Eric, I would also ask him, where's the general store that was mentioned earlier?
General store is walk out the front door, go south.
Thank you.
And on the map, it's like right here, down towards here. Ah, my dog. Or these dogs need water. I'll be right back.
I will use the opportunity to get some myself.
Ooh, opportunist.
I think we're all still here, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
She just stepped away for a hot minute to give the dog some water.
Right. No, I mean, on the broadcast, we are all still here.
Yeah.
We don't function without D, guys.
Yeah. Back in the day, people were so
right color.
when they got buried, they would and scared of like turning into vampires and like coming back from the dead, that they would bury themselves with a bell attached. So if they were really alive in the coffin, they could dangle it and make noise. Yeah.
Scars is gonna pull a sneaky. I think that's what's gonna happen here.
Speaking of scars, somebody asked what your good berries taste like.
Oh, what my good berries taste like? I mean, probably a little bit, maybe like a sour gummy, you know, like the trolley bites.
Ooh.
Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet.
Are you guys still in the bar? The
Yeah.
tavern, like
Did Rothvin hear those directions?
Yeah, I think we're about to transition towards the general store.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if
finishing up the
Rothvin
food
heard
that we
those
had
directions.
Yeah.
The three sisters are still at one of the tables and somehow still seem relatively sober as you all are eating their food, or eating the food, not their food, but eating the food. They kind of are all just like kind of looking at you, and they like turn around and giggle a little bit. And I heard you were at the death house.
I take it that's the cursed house that was
The
owned by
Durst
Durst
house,
family?
yes, you survived. That is amazing.
If
Good to
nobody
know.
lives there now, right?
No.
Can we have it?
Do you have the will?
Actually, we do.
I look at it and be like, the what?
If you want to own the death house, you can own the death house. I don't know why you want to, but whatever you want to do.
Real estate.
Why do you call it the? You know, I feel like maybe that's an obvious answer, so I'm not even gonna finish that question. I'm just
Queen, people go in and they do not come out, my queen. I don't know why it is that it's not that complicated. You survived. It might be a miracle.
I suppose that miracle would call for having another talk with all of you just a little bit later. We were thinking of going to try and find
We
a
live
map
here
in the general
upstairs.
store.
We'll be here. If you return, we will be all very happy. And the one with the Silverians looks towards Rothvin. Yes, we'll be very happy.
He looks over and he goes, just doesn't really say anything. He's just like, wonder why she's looking at me.
What's the name of the one that's got the hots for Rothvin?
Mirabelle. You can see like one of the sisters kind of rolls her eyes as she says that to towards Rothvin. You always had a thing for the dumb ones, didn't you, sister? The dumb ones don't ask so many questions. They don't talk as much. I like that.
Why use many words when fewer words will do?
Exactly, you see that? Why use many words when there's other things that we could be doing?
Wow. Scars kind of vaguely narrows his eyes and nods casually. Says,
I'll
The
pat him on-
shoeless one scares me.
I'll pat Rothvin on the shoulder and be like, we can go to the store without you if you'd like to spend a little time just talking with the ladies.
It's like, what? No, we got stuff to do.
Well, honey, she's saying she wants to do stuff with you. Naked.
Well, she can come.
Never mind.
I'm sure I can.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, you sweet summer child. And I'm just going to start leading Rothvin out the door.
Okay. You guys are wandering out of the tavern now, of the Blood of the Vine Tavern and Inn. The sun that exists is slowly setting. It's still up right now. But you guys are all heading south towards the merchant, or towards yeah.
Scars actually would wave the rest of them off after they closed the door and walked a few steps away. He says, I'm going to spy on them. You go ahead. I would like to see what they say when we are gone.
Okay.
Before splitting up, since I've been carrying a lot of the loot, I'll just tell Scars, just in case you end up needing to do anything more while you're separated from us, and I'll pass him one of the 25 gold rings.
Yeah, Scars just pops in his pocket. Thank you. And yeah, he would go probably into the alley, make some preparations.
By the bar. Okay.
Mhm.
We'll cut to the rest of the party walking down the street, and then we will come back to you. It's
How far
6. Go ahead.
The mansion.
The mansion. The mansion
Or
is
where the
it's
dad-
south.
Where the daddy is. So the general store is on the way to where we need to bury somebody's daddy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ariadne is on high alert. So like she's head on a swivel.
Okay.
Son's going to talk with vampires.
Okay.
Ready.
You guys head south down the street, right at the little crossroads of where the streets meet. You come to, you pass this building right here. My dogs are going crazy, right? Meow. Apologize. There's there is sparse light coming from this building. It spills out from behind a drawn heavy curtain. There's a sign over the door creaking on its hinges in the light breeze. It is still raining outside, very lightly. On the sign it reads Bildrath's Mercantile, and you see a very large man. He is standing outside of the Mercantile, and he's outside, like turning around an open sign to closed.
Is that the place we were going?
Yep.
Yep.
Be like, hey, are you closing?
I'll knock.
We are closing. Do you want to
just
come
get
in?
Can we just get some stuff real quick before you do?
If you, yeah, he like looks back towards the door. If my uncle is okay with it.
Who is your uncle?
Who is my uncle? Bildrath. Bildrath Cantemir. He owns the store.
Is he here?
Yes, he's inside.
Oh, okay. Well, can you ask him if we can trade?
We have money.
You have money.
Yeah.
He likes money. Yes. And he opens the door and he holds it open for you.
All right. Go on in.
As you push open the creaking wooden door of Bildrath's Mercantile, a dull bell chimes overhead. Inside, the air smells of musty linens and long-dried herbs. The shelves are sparsely stocked, rows of dusty goods and rust-flecked tools arranged with the care of someone who gave up trying years ago. Behind the counter stands an older man, hunched and gaunt. His long, sharp nose and pinched mouth makes him look like he perpetually disapproving of your very existence. Greasy wisp of gray hair cling to his scalp, and his deep-set eyes scan you with immediate disdain. If you ain't buying, you're wasting my time. Leaning against a wooden support beam nearby is the hulking young man that you met outside, with his physique of a mountain and the fashion sense of a lost tourist. His shirt is too small, stretched tight across his impossibly broad shoulders, and his sleeves are rolled up to reveal forearms that could probably break a horse cart in half. His jaw is strong, but slack, and his thick eyebrows are furrowed in an expression of intense focus on absolutely nothing. He gives you a friendly, clueless grin and waves slowly. Oh, I am Periwinkle, he says in a deep, cheerful voice, as if reading from a script. Then he looks at Bildrath, uncertain, and adds, they want to buy something, uncle, but I could also punch them. Bildrath scowls. Only if they try something, nephew.
Wow, they're ready
Terribly
to throw
sorry.
hands.
Terribly sorry to be bothering you so close to close. We've had
What do you want?
Wait,
What do you
wait.
need?
map.
A map. Of
A
what?
pearl.
A pearl? I have no pearls. Where would I get a pearl in all of Barovia?
I would hope that
There
one
is
would
no
fall
sea.
into your inventory. Can you let me
You
know if
are
one
not
shows
from
up?
around here. Okay. I have goods. Nothing of that value. I have a map. Do you want a map of Barovia? I have that.
Absolutely.
It will cost you 20 gold pieces.
I can do that.
Okay. And he turns back around, goes back to the back of his shop, and he's gone for just a second. Periwinkle is still up at the bar, or at the, like, leaning against a post, watching you guys.
Rothvin will
Hey,
walk up
Perry-
to him and go, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go. You go.
Rothvin's gonna walk up to him and goes, you like punching things?
I love punching things. It is
Go ahead.
one of the very things I'm good at.
Yeah.
Is
go ahead.
Ariadne here, or is she gone?
I think she
Um,
might have disconnected.
I'm here.
Ariadne. Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure because your camera's not up, which is totally fine. I just wanted to make
sorry.
sure. No, you're
Yeah,
good. You're good.
Sorry, I'm here.
You want me to punch you?
Yeah, you can learn a lot when someone punches you in the face.
You
I'll
want me
lean
to punch
over.
you in your face?
I'm just gonna lean over and say, Rothvin, what if you arm wrestled instead? You know, just
I
a
do
bit
not
less-
want to hurt you.
That's okay. You won't.
No, I do not believe in violence unless it is warranted.
Yeah. Right. I respect that.
You have not stolen anything from my uncle. I will not punch you.
Yeah. Stealing's not my thing.
I like to hear that, my friend. I always like to see another person who likes to lift come into Barovia. Not very many
not a
people
lot of
care
people who
about
like
their physique here.
Not really, huh?
No. They all go into their homes at night. I go into my home at night as well. I cannot say that I do not. But no. There has been a few visitors in my time that come in, think they can pull a fast one, and I have to you know.
Yeah, I get it. What are some of those people like? Were they not from around here?
No, they were not from around here. And I've never seen them again.
Was that after you hit them, or?
No. Normally I hit one of their crew, they all leave, and then they never come back.
Yeah, that makes sense too. I don't think you'll have to hit any of these guys.
I sure hope not. That little one over there with the wings, the bird, I think I could destroy him.
Yeah, probably. He doesn't get punched very well.
Is that right, little man? You do not get punched very well.
This is quite true. Although it is hard trying to punch me when I'm 60 feet in the air.
Well, good thing I have my javelin.
Oh well, yes, that would act. Yes, you've countered my counter.
That's not punching though.
It's not punching, but I have to do what I have to do.
This
Another
thing
little
about
person tried to steal from the shop. A little, what did they call it? Gnome? They are now in the cemetery. I did not mean to. Sometimes I just do not know my own strength.
Yeah, I get that.
Would you happen to know, or be in the know of when you might, I don't know, get a pearl? Could you put me on like a list?
I do not know what the pearl is. You will have to ask my uncle.
Okay, never mind.
What is a pearl?
It's a shiny
Alright.
rock.
Shiny rocks, I have a whole collection.
Rothvin, you know what a pearl is?
Yeah, I've seen one on the ship once. You know, they come out of those shell things.
Right. Clams.
There,
As you guys are having this conversation, his uncle comes back out and he has the map. It's in like a round case. It's got a strap on it, and he hands it to you.
Thank you very much, sir. We'll lay out the gold.
He's going to count it very meticulously to make sure that you are not. Well, it's all there. I would like to close shop now. Is there anything else that I can get you?
Oh yes. Would you be in the business to buy an eye patch roughly worth 50 gold from the Durst House?
From the Durst House?
Yes.
There's no way that is from the Durst House.
Is that house
I
that's
can-
at the corner there that a lot of people die at?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where it was from.
We went through there, and I picked this
I
up.
will give you
and,
10 gold pieces for it.
That's a lot of that's fair. May I please ask for more though, because I did risk a lot.
No,
trying to
sell
get
it
this.
or leave it. I don't need it. Do you know how many people
That's
are
true.
coming in here asking for an eye patch?
I would assume people would. Well, I guess not many. No.
Exactly.
So walk outside, poke someone in the eye. No, I'm not gonna do that.
You run a fair bargain. I will gladly give you this eye patch for 10 gold.
Okay. He takes the half of what Severin gave him for the map, and he hands it back to you.
By the way, my name is Corwin Beck.
I do
and
not
if you
care.
You
It
might
is
later.
inconsequential. What was that? He does not know that word either. It does not matter. I do not foresee seeing you here again.
If you say so.
I do.
Just looking around the shop real quick. Is there anything like what kind of goods do they have?
They have actually like quite a bit of stuff there. Most of the weapons that they have are very rusted over. Not something that you're gonna, but they have like. You see a couple vials on the on one of the counters. There is some like one shelf that has arrows and crossbow bolts on it. Looks like there's like a little jar of blowed gun needles on there. One thing has everything looks very used here. But there's like a shelf that has crystal and orb. There's a staff and a wand that's kind of like leaned up against it. There's a few backpacks. Blankets. There's a block and tackle. A couple buckets just chilling.
Rothvin will get the
Just
block and tackle.
average.
You want to get the block and tackle? Yeah.
Yeah, do they have a fishing pole with it, or is it just the block and
It's
tackle?
just the block and tackle. There is a fishing
Okay,
pole.
we can-
If you...
Yeah, I'll get the fishing pole too.
Okay, 50 gold pieces.
Oh.
He looks into his bag. He goes, I don't know if I have that much. Is there 50 gold in here? There isn't.
Well, if you don't have money, get out.
If we're doing spell components, I need holy water. I need 2 platinum.
He does.
Ring.
So if off the table, he has almost everything from the list of items that are less than 25 gold pieces. But you will notice the price tags on them. They're all 10 times the price of that.
I don't know if the rest of you are picking up on this, but the thing he's trying to sell us the most is the get the hell out.
Oh, see, you do have a
Fair
smart one.
observation.
All right, bye.
I may have
I
worked the
will
shop
be
for
open
my time.
tomorrow if you need anything. We open a little after dawn. Get out.
Yeah, right. Later, pal.
Periwinkle kind of, he goes, sorry guys, my uncle he's very strict.
As we do go, I'll just sort of pat Periwinkle on the shoulder and just say thank you.
You're very welcome. It is very rare to come across a kind soul in all of Barovia. I appreciate it. If your friend here wants to arm wrestle, I am at the bar most nights of the week. I am undefeated.
Yeah, all right. If we go back.
Okay, I will hold you to that, my friend. As you guys all walk out the door, you hear like the harsh like click of the key locking the door from the inside. You can kind of hear, you can't really tell what they're saying, but it sounds like Beldrath is kind of speaking in a language none of you guys are familiar with. And his nephew is speaking back to him. It's very rough, blunt language. But as you guys are now walking out of the
once we are out of like possible earshot of the shop,
Yeah.
I will have that moment of, well, he was an utter dick. I actually already had a map case, but if he was going to throw it in with how much we were getting overcharged, I wasn't about to turn it down. Does anyone need one? I have a spare now.
No.
I'm sorry, everyone was kind of overlapping there.
Was it like
No,
how
you're
big is
fine.
it?
You're fine.
Essentially,
whole-
it's just like a map too, but like I've been carrying like parchment in it in case I needed to make my own map or take any notes or anything large scale or drawings. But I can just keep all of that into the same tube if someone wants one as well.
Okay. Rothvin, or you guys now have access to the map of Barovia.
Oh.
Ew.
By the way,
Hold on.
the display on the stream is still just the inn, not the
Yeah, I'm
town
waiting
map.
for looks like I can do.
Wonder where we're at.
Yeah, trying to see if like there's.
Okay. So I will show you this right here. Is the village of Barovia.
Got it.
Where's that? I didn't see the ping.
Right over here. I'll give you guys I just can't like make everything show up on Roll20. But this is Barovia. Above Barovia, you see a mark that is Castle Ravenloft.
Oh shit! It's that
Oh.
close.
Yeah, it's
didn't think it
but
was that
it's
close.
like you can't make it up from that direction right there. I should
We can
just give you.
probably talk to the Vistani back at the inn as to actually how long a journey that tends to be.
Mm-hmm. So you'd get all the main things. Up here is Valakia. It's another town. If it'll ping. There are Kresk right here. Kresk is Crezk. All the woods surrounding it is the Slavich woods.
Lord Rapta.
Lake Zarovich is right here.
Given how few bodies of water they are, you might have been getting fleeced on the fishing pole, but I suppose there are at least a couple.
Lake
Sure,
Baratok is right here.
It's okay. Even he
And-
got money for it anyway.
And I will give you guys an actual full map with the
Names?
names on it.
Oh, fantastic.
It's a big map.
I hear a kitty.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep up with the names. I was like, I can't keep up.
Yeah. I'll give you an actual map so that I'll give you the non-players map so you guys can see that, whatever. But as you guys walk out of you guys are still heading south. Just want to make sure. I don't want to.
Wherever
Yeah.
Do we want
wherever
to-
Corwin says the area is with that person needed help with the body.
Yeah.
Unless someone else
Do-
had another idea.
Do we want to head there immediately, or do we want to sit down with the Vistani at the inn to essentially get a little bit more of an idea of what all is on the map, where we're going, etc. first? Or do we want to deal with the burial as soon as possible?
Oh, burn in daylight, right?
Hmm.
I was gonna say, as you guys leave the mercantile, you hear a moaning sob that floats through the still of the streets, coloring your thoughts with sadness. The sound flows from a dark 2-story townhouse that is. I'll get back to that map. Right next door.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
It's a tall, narrow building with sagging shutters and peeling paint. Its once proud facade is now weather-worn and gray, a lot like the rest of Barovia. The windows are closed, but a faint sobbing leaks through the cracks, thin, high-pitched, and relentless. The door hangs slightly ajar, creaking with every shift of the wind.
Difficult to
Do
say
we
whether or not you should
engage
allow.
with that moan?
You see, and it just keeps going.
Corwin, go. No.
Difficult to say whether or not it's someone who might want to be left alone, but the door was left open.
We can hear you sad. We can hear you crying out here.
There's no, you can tell that this is a 2-story house and the crying is not coming from the first floor.
Ooh.
They hear anything that we may say to them?
No, not from where you're at.
It wouldn't hurt to poke a little, and I'll fly up to the second window to see if it's open and to see what I might perceive.
All the shutters of the house are closed.
Oh, crap.
Rothvin's gonna look at everyone else and be like, "Are we going in or not?"
I probably shouldn't. We're not invited.
I'll probably take a look at Ariadne to be like, should we check for wounded?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, right. Rothvin starts walking towards the front door.
Okay. You walk. Rothvin's going first. Rothvin, you walk in. You open the door. There's a loud creaking sound as the door opens, and the sobbing from where you can tell is from upstairs. Just the volume increases as the door is opened. Inside, the air is stale and heavy with dust. The first floor, all the furniture is old and untouched. It's all covered in sheets, like ghosts clinging to the past. There's the kitchen, what should be like a living room, and then the stairs go up to what you can assume are where the bedrooms are. And this is where the crying is coming from, and it's echoing through the silence.
Yeah, Rothvin will just start walking directly towards the crying.
Okay. You keep walking and the sobbing keeps getting louder and louder. And you, there's a couple rooms upstairs, but you, even with your 7 intelligence, are it's very easily to discern where the crying is coming from.
It's got good perception. Not
Oh,
very
okay.
good investigation.
Okay. Well, you are very easily able to tell where behind what door the crying is coming from.
You'll walk up to that door and just push it open.
Okay.
Closed.
You push it open, and there's a woman sitting on the middle of the floor, sobbing. She's clutching a malformed doll in the middle of an upstairs room. It appears she is lost in sorrow and despair. She doesn't even realize that you are there.
He looks over at Ariadne and Corwin. He goes, "This is more your thing."
I will sit down next to the woman and just I guess I'll put my hand gingerly on her knee.
As soon as you do that, she jumps and it's like she looks up at you, and it takes her a second to process that there's another few people in the room. And her eyes are just like clouded with just sadness. Her eyes are puffy, like she's been crying for days on end. And she like, there's snot running down her nose, and she looks at you, and she like wipes it. Who are you? Why are you here?
My name is Corwin Beck, and I'm here only because we were curious as to the crying that we could hear outside the house.
Yes, I've been crying.
I'll pass over a handkerchief over Corwin's shoulder. Your door was left ajar. We wanted to ensure that there wasn't anyone hurt, that there wasn't a case of any breaking or entering.
No, there's no case of breaking and entering. She reaches for the like handkerchief that you just handed to her with one hand, and in the other hand or their arm is still the doll. This is like a middle-aged woman. She's dressed in a lot of browns, a hood over her head. Just looks like she's been in a pit of despair for a while now. No, there's been no break-in.
Well, what is your name?
My name is Mary. Throughout town, they've been calling me Mad Mary. I know it. But when one's daughter disappears, are you expected to stay sane?
I would say no, honestly. No, that.
Thank you. And she starts crying again.
Mary, what is your daughter's name? Perhaps we've seen her in our travels.
Her name is Gertruda. She's 19 years old. She disappeared a week ago. I don't know where she is.
Did she say where she was going?
No, she ran away.
Does she have friends?
Does anybody have friends in Barovia?
I'm sure someone in my group would be your friend.
Looks
I don't need friends. I just need my daughter back.
We could be on the lookout for this Gertruda. That was her name?
Gertruda, yes.
We can be on the lookout. We are fellow travelers that have happened upon Barovia, and sure
travelers that have just happened upon Barovia. Oh.
That's the reaction we keep getting. There's not much I can do here to console you, but if we find her, I'll let you know.
She is a very beautiful girl, long black hair, green eyes, very pretty. You will look for her. I don't know if she ran away or if she was taken. I don't know. She's just gone, and I miss her.
Do you have a sketch of her? Some kind of thing that we can use other than your description to identify her?
I do not have a sketch of her, but...
Something of hers that maybe we can use?
I have her dolly.
May I use the dolly?
You will give it to her, and she will know that I sent you. Yes, and she... holds this doll up to you.
I'll take it.
Okay. As you hold on to this doll, you see that this is it's a malformed doll. It has a strange leer. It wears a sackcloth dress. Mary will tell you, it once was my doll, and then I gave the dolly to her, and it meant a lot to her. I don't know why she left it.
I looked at the group.
We'll see whether or not we happen to see her on our travels.
If you do, tell her her mother misses her. I have not slept in days. I do not. I'm worried. My
Should probably
heart
do that
hurts.
sleep thing.
What sleep thing?
One you just said you didn't do. Other people have to normally do it. You should do the sleep thing.
Oh. Yes, I will try to sleep.
Drink some
We
water
could-
too. It's good for you.
Water.
One of their pies.
Just if I can keep it low enough that she can't hear, I probably would go to Ariadne to ask, do you happen to know how to cast calm emotions? It might let us sleep.
I don't know if any of you have that spell yet.
It'd
Nope.
be level 2. So the only one I think would probably be Ariadne.
I know that clerics technically have access to their full spell list. They just have to prepare per day.
Yeah.
So that.
What spell are we talking about?
Do you have
Calm
the ability to
emotion.
cast calm emotions?
I did not pick up that spell, but it is a spell that I can learn.
You have
This is what the
learned
doll
it as
looks
a
like.
cleric. The question is whether you memorized it for the day.
I don't know. It's not on my currently selected spell list, but it is a spell I've selected when I leveled up. So I don't know how to answer the question of that. If I memorized it for the day. It's not on my current character sheet, but it is.
Then you haven't prepared it today, then, which is
Okay.
that's fine.
But it was on my list of spells I could have picked up, but I did not pick it up.
Corian, while you're holding this doll, you do see that it has like a frayed tag on it, and you can barely make out the words because this is an old doll, but it does say on it, "Is no fun, is no blinksky."
There's no fun. Is no Blinksky. Okay. I'll ask. What does Blinksy mean?
Blinksy is the maker of the dolls. He is in Valaki.
Oh, I'm assuming we can find that on the map. But the maker, his name is Blinksky.
Yes,
He
Blinksky.
makes the dolls. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well. Did you purchase this doll from him?
No, my parents got it for me.
Oh, that's right. You said you. Okay. All right. Well, I'll look to the group and say we'll just tack that onto the many things that we need to.
You
look
will
into, I
find
guess.
her and you will bring her back to me, right?
We'll do what we can.
This is individual over here, Rothvin. He's very headstrong, and I'm sure that he will. Once we find this individual, we'll bring her straight to you.
Yeah, I've got a hard head. It's good at bouncing off of things.
You would be going with him, yes?
Yeah.
He looks like he might get lost in a circle.
I've been known to do that. Yes.
You as well? I was talking about the strong one over there.
Oh,
My daughter is gone.
keeps me from going in
Circles are those round things, right? Now you just keep walking and you get out of them.
Yes.
Yeah, so if we see someone with black hair and green eyes, we'll just be like, "Are you Gertrude?" We'll find her. Gertrude, same thing.
Okay. I would very much appreciate if you found her and brought her back to me. She is my only joy in this cruel world.
I'm gonna druid craft a flower for her, so that way she has something to at least keep her mind off of this turmoil that she faces.
Okay, Bird, I will take your flower.
It's just in case you need something to take your mind off of.
It is beautiful. I will water it with my tears.
That's very poetic.
You gotta drink water for that.
I will go to the well and get some water if that's what I need to do to continue crying, okay?
Good.
Okay.
Again, my name is Corwin Beck, in case you need me.
Corwin, thank you very much. You are a very kind bird.
I'm actually a fairy.
A fairy, like out of the books?
Yes.
Never met a fairy before. You are not a
Now
bird,
you
are you
have.
sure?
I'm sure. I'm much like you, just with smaller and more fey-like, I guess.
Birds don't normally talk.
There is a bird in Valaki that talks. He's very colorful.
Okay.
Oh, does he just like repeat things? There was a bird like that on the ship that I was on.
Are you a bird? It seems like you might repeat things often.
No, I'm not a bird.
Okay. The sun is going down. You cannot stay here tonight. You must go find the... You have
Yeah, don't worry.
an
We still
hour
got stuff.
before the sun goes down.
Yeah, we got stuff to do. We should go.
Sorry to have disturbed you, ma'am. We'll leave you to your grief. But
Find my daughter,
we'll do
please.
what we can.
Thank you. And as you guys walk out the door, you do see her go find like a small vase off of one of the like counters in her bedroom, and she does put the flower in the vase and puts it near one of the windows. She doesn't open the shutters because the sun is going down, and she does. You guys leave. You do hear sobbing. Sobbing continues, but not as loudly as it was before.
Close the front door after we leave.
You guys are about right here on the map,
Yep.
Ellie
and
did
you're
not
heading
know
towards the
what
mansion. Yes?
Yep.
I gotta say that this village is more. I can't even find the right word to describe just the characters we've encountered, as it were, because there are
have
some
terrible
interesting people.
accents.
Honestly,
Is this
very
about
true.
does anyone have friends in Barovia? Seriously.
That was something that certainly stuck out to me.
Oof.
Yeah, friends, they come and go. Sometimes they just die on you, you know?
Yeah.
Elf.
Be 30
things.
seconds.
I'm slowly updating our quest list. So far, we have 4 quests.
I was gonna say,
Love it.
like, we've
Love it.
got Gertruda, we've got the dinner,
And
we've got
We got the invitation from Strahd. We got to see Madame Eva.
Madam Eva, yeah.
I have to find this Madame Eva.
Do we need to see what Scars is up to now?
Yeah, we're
That's
gonna
kind of what I
cut
was.
to.
I was waiting.
We're
waiting
gonna cut
for
to
the
Scars.
cut
We're
back.
gonna cut to
Yeah.
Scars. Scars, you are just outside in the alleyway by Blood on the Vine Tavern.
Indeed.
Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check as people are walking into the bar right now.
All right. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Where's my sheet? Oh, here it is. Whoa. Very
An
noticeable.
8. I mean, you believe you're being super stealthy right now. Where are you hiding? Like, what are you doing?
He's not really hiding so much as just trying to find a place out of immediate views of the
Okay.
main street. And if is he able to do that? Like just not being immediately seen. He could even be
With an 8, you definitely believe you can't be seen.
In that case.
Yeah, you think that like you find a spot between like it is a bar. So outside there are some crates and some barrels that are sitting outside. Like there's a patio on the bar and the crates and stuff are below it on the ground. And you are kind of like squeezed yourself in between a couple barrels and crates, and you are just right up against the wall of the tavern. When you do hear a couple women walk out to the patio, and they're smoking. They have 2 cigars. You smell the smell of cigar smoke wafting through the air. And you hear, well, they're as good as dead. Don't say that, Sorvia. They might not. They survived the death house. They could be the ones. No. Did you see? They're all brains, they're all brawn, no brains. They stand no chance. Well, we won't be able to know until they speak to Madame Ava and they get their cards read. Only she knows what the future holds for them.
Now this is something I don't know, but from where I'm standing, could I cast Pass Without Trace without
What are the
drawing-
how do you cast Pass Without
It's
Trace
a-
in 2024?
It's ashes from burned mistletoe.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, I think I said that if your components cost less than a gold piece, then you have them. So, yeah, you could.
So if there's no listed value, if he has an arcane
Yeah.
focus, then he can just do it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he definitely does that. He's got his staff with him, and
Yeah,
he's
you.
gonna just-
I'll say you're trying to cast Pass Without Trace,
Mhm.
or you're gonna cast it. Okay. So you're gonna take your staff and you're gonna put it into the dirt in front of you, and as you do this and you focus on this spell, the ash of the mistletoe kind of just circles your staff a little bit, and as you continue to focus on casting it, it goes the ash goes up out of your staff and then kind of envelops you. And you've is this the first time you've cast the spell? Like it's a Okay. As the ash kind of falls over your body, you do feel a little bit more lithe, like more stealthy.
All right. And now Scars is going to do something that he hasn't done in this case. He draws in a measured breath. His chest rises and he quiets his pulse, and he's just focused on his breathing, feeling a primal rhythm within his soul. It's older than the blades he carries, the staff. And he closed his eyes and he would wild shape into a tiny spider. His massive muscles are just rippling and contracting, just going inward, and becoming impossibly compact, and the world around him rushes up as he just down,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a little guy now.
Yeah. Yeah. You are, do you want to catch yourself on the wall before you, like, hit the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
So-
gonna sling himself over there.
Okay. Yeah, you are now on the wall, or the wall on the outside of the tavern.
Yeah, I make my way closer. Maybe above him, perhaps,
Mm-hmm.
if possible.
Alenka, the one you see her. She's slender, graceful, dark eyes. She has a shawl draped elegantly over her shoulder. It's of a bright, like, pink color. Sorovia, you I think they could be the ones. I think they could be the saviors. They survived the death house. No one else has survived the death house. Sorovia, with her cigar. You think everybody is going to be the saviors of Barovia. And you are always wrong. It would be nice if they were, though. I'm drunk, sister. I need to go to bed. We've been drinking since 10 a.m. this morning. The sun is setting. It is time for us to, I know. It is time for us to sleep. This is just great news, though, don't you think? No, I do not think. I think we are fucked regardless. We are the servants of Strahd until the end of time. I need another drink. And Sorvia walks back into the bar. And Alenka, she kind of stands there a little bit longer, just moments longer. And you kind of just see her like, well, we can always hope. And she takes her cigar and she like kind of flicks it onto the ground, into the dirt, in front of the deck of the patio of the bar, and then she goes back inside.
For a time, Scars just kind of sits there with his beady little eyes, and then he decides to see if he can get a little deeper inside.
Okay.
He kind of wants to not follow them per se, but he wants to see if he can.
How fast does a spider move?
It's just like 20.
Okay.
20 feet.
Yeah. You can get it.
Nice.
Yeah, you can. The door closes behind Alenka as she goes back into the bar. And as a spider, you can kind of crawl through the crack at the top. And inside the bar, you do see that there's a very large man sitting at one of the tables. He has a pitcher of wine and he's just drinking straight out of it. And like a hunched older man is sitting right next to him, just like scowling at everybody. The three sisters go up the stairs. Eric, we are going to bed for the night. You have all of it, as always. And Eric just goes, uh-huh. And they go up the stairs.
Yeah, Scars, he would follow the ladies up the stairs.
Okay. You go up the stairs and you see these women. They're all starting to get undressed and look like they're doing their bedtime rituals.
He tries to see if they have any marks on them.
Do a perception check. What marks are you looking for? Like bite marks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead and do a perception check.
Here we go. Actually, wait. Wait. Let me check the spider.
Your spider
Okay, it's
should
the
get
same.
all of your mental.
So whichever's
Nice.
better.
Yeah, whichever's better. You go up the stairs, and there is one door at the top of the stairs. You crawl under it, and then back up the wall. Go down the short hallway, and to where the women are all like, their bath water is hot and steaming, and you let a web down, just like you get close enough, and with a 20, you can tell that doesn't seem to, like, they're not looking at you. You can't see the front of them, but like they are now like topless, and they're getting ready to jump in the bath. There's three different baths up there, and none of them seem to have any bite marks on them.
That's good. He leaves.
Nice. No. You crawl back out under the door and down the hallway. When are you turning back into a you?
I am turning back into a me. I'm going to go into Ariadne's room.
Okay.
Where she's staying with Rothvin. And then I would turn back into me, and I would see if she has any holy symbol.
In Ariadne's room?
Mm-hmm. She just has one laying around.
I think they're all on her. I don't think she left anything.
Okay. In that case, he would.
She's also not here. She had something come up, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that case, he just departs the room casually after reverting back.
Yeah. Nobody noticed.
That's it.
Nobody's like really. I mean, you walk out into the bar and you see the strong guy and the hunched over man next to him, and the hunched over man seems to be like kind of just complaining to the guy sitting next to him, and the guy next to him just has like this blank look on his face, and he's just drinking more wine. All right. Cutting back to the rest of the group. You guys are approaching the mansion, yes?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I have an actual binder, so I can tear things out when you guys fuck shit up. Just kidding. You guys, you all, the sun's still up. It is setting, but as you approach this weary-looking mansion that squats behind a rusting iron fence, the iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the ground and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet against the walls, the growth has been trampled down to create a path all about the domain. So you guys are like at the gate right now.
Is it open?
I mean, one of the gates is like thrown on the ground, so open is
Rothvin will just walk through it.
Okay. As you walk, you see that there are that heavy claw markings have stripped the once beautiful finish off the walls. Great black marks tell of fires that assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor shard of glass stands in any window. All the windows are barred with planks, each one marked with stains of evil omen.
I'll do an investigation to see if I can ID what caused this.
Yeah,
If you
go for
allow
it.
that.
Yeah, absolutely.
18.
18. Yeah, so as you walk down the like stone path towards the door, you kind of just survey the area and you see that like all of the trampled plants, they were weeds. So you could discern that like this has not been taken care of. But also you see that there are paw prints on the ground and also footprints, and they kind of look like they're like dragging a little bit. Like it's like a slow walk where one of the feet drags. The feet drag as they're walking. You would recognize these longer footsteps as ghouls, which you'd fought earlier in the death house. And the paw prints, you could discern that they're wolf prints.
And the Vistani got attacked by wolves earlier, which caused us to split off.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be sure to pass this on to everyone.
The front doors of the mansion are closed.
Does anyone want to knock? Oh, Rothvin's doing it. Okay.
Rothvin's
Bang,
knocking.
bang. Hey, we heard you needed help with the body.
You hear like there's like a hole in the wall, like the ceiling or the door, and like it opens, and it's looks like these eyes are a little bloodshot and a little drunk. Who are you?
I'll lift Corwin up to be within sight. He's the one that was talking to him earlier.
Corwin, my friend. Are you here to help?
I have brought people to help, yes.
Oh, but yes. And like you hear like the sound of locks unlocking and chains being like taken off the door. And open up. Hello, Daphne. And he swings the door. My friend, you're here to help with my father, yes?
Yes, I start pointing to individuals. These individuals, they're brawny enough to help.
Yes, they look strong. And he kind of like looks out. It's getting dark. We cannot do this till the morning time.
They're enough.
Should we head back to the tavern, or would you like some help?
You can stay. We'll get this done in the morning time. I would like to have a conversation with you about my sister.
Very much, yes.
He ushers you in. Come. Let's go to the sitting room. And you guys see that the interior of the mansion, it's well furnished, yet the fixtures show signs of great wear. Noticeable oddities are the boarded up windows and the presence of holy symbols in every room. And the holy symbols are like, it is of like a sun rising with the rays of the sun coming out of it, and they are everywhere. He takes you into the sitting room, and in the middle of the sitting room, I can't stop talking with this accent now, but in the middle of the sitting room is a simple wooden coffin. It is surrounded by wilting flowers. And he says, sit. My sister, she will bring us drinks. And he ushers you to sit at some of the couches that are like in the same room.
Rothvin could be like, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get the other guy.
What other
You
guy?
guys, you guys do the talking or whatever you guys want to do. I'm gonna go get the other guy that stayed back.
Okay.
And
You
Rothvin
head out the
walks
room.
front door to go find Scars.
Mm-hmm. You head out the door, walk past the trampled plants and the footprints, and you walk down towards where the last known location of Scars was. As Sophia, Corwin, and Severin and Ariadne are all assuming you guys are taking seats at a couch. Sorry, I shouldn't assume these things. Okay. You guys take a seat, and you hear them. Ismark, Irina, we have guests. They will help us with our father. Let's bring us drinks. And he sits down in one of the seats next to Sophia and just, you have no idea how happy I am that you are here to help us. I do have a little favor to ask of you. I heard that you survived the Durst House.
It seems word gets around.
You are very strong. You are warriors, all of you.
In a manner of speaking.
You are warriors with your bard who tells your tales.
That's more like it.
I thought so. But my sister Irina has been pursued by the Devil Strahd, and I do not believe that she is safe here. I would ask you to take her to the city of Valaki. There is a temple. I believe she will be safe.
Okay. Where is this city from here?
I'll pull out the map for reference.
It is
Yeah, I think that's another quest, y'all. I think that's actually another quest.
Yeah.
This is a very open world game.
It is.
I
It's
think-
very
Where you run around the
Love
town,
that.
get all the quests.
You know
and
when
it's
you
not
run
really-
around to all the exclamation points and grab them all at the same time? That's what this is.
I just said the same thing.
Press J to open journal.
Great minds, right, Dad?
sorry. It is.
Something like
It's
that.
not. It's not Valaki. It is Kresk.
Kresk. Okay.
Yes.
Kresk, which is up here.
And you think your sister would be safe there?
Yes, there's the Abbey of Saint Markovia. I don't believe that the Strahd can cross the thresholds of the Abbey.
The abbey was called what again?
Markovia. 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 My God. Okay, just kidding. It is in Wallachia.
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry. God damn it. It is in Wallachia, which is you can keep that there, but Wallachia is over here.
Is it Valaki or Valaki? Because I've heard
Valaki, sorry. Somebody
Alright,
pronounced
just
it
make sure I got it
Wallachia.
consistent across.
Yeah. No, you're good. Valaki.
Oh, I was in the right spot by accident.
But you would know that's Crest just from the map anyways, so it should be. But the Abbey of Saint Markovia is in Valaki. And I do believe that she would be protected there from Strahd and her. She is a cursed being. They cannot enter hallowed ground from what I hear.
I'm sure that we would all like to help you with this, but I would ask what dangers we may be facing as if Strahd is after this individual, and if we escort them, I'm assuming that would put us in direct opposition.
Probably.
Is everyone else okay with that?
As you guys are having this discussion, a woman with long auburn hair enters the room. She has a pitcher of some sort of beverage and goblets on a platter. Brother, are these the friends you told me you met today at the bar? Yes, these are them. They will help us bury our husband or bury our father tomorrow. I'm asking them if they will help escort you to Balaki. I will not leave Barovia until our father is buried.
I don't think there's any hasty attempt to make you leave town as it is right now. So you can see your father to rest.
I hope so. Strahd she has been visiting me every night this week.
How? How does she visit you?
She comes through the window. She speaks very nice. I don't remember much of our encounters. And you do notice that she's wearing like something wrapped around her neck. Like there's like a black ribbon that's like tied around her neck. She leaves me with marks upon my neck.
Are you willing to show us what exactly you're talking about, just so we have a better idea of everything that's going on?
She looks a bit embarrassed by it, but yes, I will show you. Ismark told me to show no one, but he has allowed you in our house, so... And she unwraps the ribbon from around her neck. And you see on both sides of her neck, there are two, like, just bite marks with fang bite marks on her neck on either side. I fear that I will not be able to fight her off. I fear the next time she comes that it will be the last that I will be me.
Your brother did say we wouldn't be able to lay your father to rest tonight. Are we going to need to have a protective detail on you? We were planning to stay the evening.
That would probably be best. And like Rothvin and Scars are probably walking back through the door at this time. It's a small village, so it doesn't take that long to get back. That would probably be for the best. He sends ghouls and wolves, and they terrorize the outside of our home night after night. But they were not here last night. I do not know why.
I can gather maybe a reason or two. And I kind of just look at the rest of my companions as we're getting this story, just trying to gauge how they're all taking this all in and what their faces are telling me.
Severine's planning. She's got the checklist going in her head of repairs that they might be able to make before it's time to go to bed. The fact that we should probably have like a watch set for, who's going to be keeping an eye on things whether or not, this arena's going to trust having anyone in the room with her.
Mm-hmm.
As we walk in, Rothvin turns to Scars and goes, "See, told you they'd still be talking."
You do have good guesses.
What was Rothvin's and Scar's conversation walking back down the street?
Basically, it's just like, basically, Rothvin will just be saying, yeah, there was some crying girl in that house. Wants us to find her daughter. We walked through the shopkeeper there. The old guy's annoying, but the young guy's pretty cool. Then, like, we get to the other house and be like, yeah, apparently some, like, ghouls and stuff ripped up the place, and now we're going inside. Apparently we're staying here tonight.
And Scar's, like, the look on his face is just like, he's like, he has questions. He does. But he's just like, this is good enough, really. If I really think about it, do I need... I mean... So he just nods and just sometimes just a, I see.
Rothvin speaks in grunts and grumbles. That's his second language he speaks. As you guys you enter Ismark, the strong ones are back.
Also, based on the bite marks that I see and with where I came from and the history on the Sword Coast, could I do a history check and see what I remember about what I've heard about vampires? And
Go for it. Yeah, absolutely.
all right. Nope, I don't know a damn thing, it looks like.
Should we all do history or intelligence checks? Or
Yeah,
whatever?
you could do history checks. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
It'll be funny.
6. I've never encountered a vampire before.
That's better than my nat one.
Rothvin.
14 for Corin.
14 for Corin.
I rolled a
let's see, we're
4, which gives me a 2.
What'd you get,
Ooh,
Scars?
We'd like to see that. 20. Nat 20.
20. Okay.
Nice.
There we go.
Scars and Corwin. You've heard of vampires before. You've never encountered one on your own. Corwin, you've read books. Scars, you've heard people talk often from your like backstories and stuff that you've sent. You hang out at taverns a lot, and you drink with all manners of folks who would have. And you've all heard that a vampire can turn you in a night. But if they are trying to be nice about it, it takes 3 bites until that soul just can't resist anymore.
Yeah. Ooh. Scars.
Yeah,
Scars, go
ahead.
Yeah, Scars relays what he knows. And he just says, usually it does not take so long to create a new servant. And yet, in this case, it's taking longer. It will only take one more evening with this Strahd before this individual law forever. And he gestures to Arena.
Well,
He kind of looks around.
Irina, she's because you're telling this to everybody, right? Like she's in there.
Absolutely.
Okay. I have felt that there is an inevitable fate that I am running from But I get no further. I believe my fate is very much intertwined with Lady Strahd. I don't know how. I don't know why. But I feel like I am inexorably moving towards it. I don't know if my safety lies in the Abbey of Markovia, but as soon as my father rests, I would be more than willing to go there with you. Ismark, you'll come as well, my brother. Correct? And he's like seated in his couch, like leaning back with still another mug of wine. Yes, sister, I will go with you till the end of the world. It is my duty and my pleasure to protect you. It is what father would want.
Scars looks at the brother. What is your name?
Ismark Koliana.
Are you prepared to die for your sister Ismark?
He looks over at his sister. As a Barovian, we are always prepared to die. And she kind of like
nods.
gives a nod back towards him.
Well, with enough preparation, hopefully no one will be dying tonight. Should we do a last pass of the grounds, make sure that we've secured everything as well as possible before we settle in for the evening?
If that's what you would prefer to do, yes. We will have what you call a sleepover in the room next door, away from my father and his body. It's very morbid for you to have brought them here in this room, Ismark. Bleh.
It's okay. We've seen bodies before.
See, I told
Would
you,
I-
sister. They've seen bodies.
We do have a cleric with us. She may be able to help tend to the body to help preserve it to the next day.
Absolutely. Irina, go ahead.
If you consider it, Lady Irina, because as you said, you've essentially had an intruder in your room at night. Would it be prudent for you to have essentially a guard in the room with you? Given that you are quite a beautiful young woman, I am willing to be the one to do that, if you'd be comfortable with that.
I am okay with whatever you think is best. Okay, we're gonna end the session here tonight. You guys are at the Burgomaster's mansion, and you're gonna hang out there till the morning time, and then take their father to the cemetery, which is absolutely completely north of town, up here.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
It is up here. Yep. This building right up here. But
Oh boy.
we're going to call it tonight because I have to start packing up the stuff at this house that I'm sitting at.
All right.
Fun
Well,
time.
Fair
fantastic
enough.
session, guys.
Another good
Absolutely.
time.
All the village or all the quest gathering. Yes, fantastic.
Oh, I'm excited, guys.
There's definitely going to be somebody going, over here. I need some blue cranberries. Sorry,
you
that
like
was
a
a
bunch?
that was a mission that we actually have in my IRL campaign. It was
Not blue
Oh,
raspberries,
goodness.
cranberries.
no, it's blue cranberries. We already tried to give them blueberries. It was incorrect. So
Oh,
mhm.
dang. It's
But
always the cranberry.
anyways, it's always a cranberry. But anyways, folks, thank you for hanging out. I don't know if we're going to be meeting next week, but we will be doing Sunday nights every other week. Thank you so much for hanging out. We are at 175 of our $250 goal. The players didn't need any of their rerolls tonight, but
Yet.
There could be
Not
combat
yet.
coming before we know it.
not yet. But everybody have an amazing evening. And if you haven't, please hit the follow button and also join the Discord. All of these cool cats are in it.
Yeah.
But
Where the cool kids are at.
it's where the cool kids are at. But everybody have a good night. Take care of yourself. Happy adventuring.
Good night.